Konnichiwa. Welcome back to Agitator, the only Japanese American barbecue podcast. Mm,
Konnichiwa,
we're
y'all. How's it
we're
going?
yep.
Man, the synergy right now, the synergy between East and West. It's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing to behold. A beautiful thing, by the way, it goes without saying, but that we've been talking about for 5 years now.
Yeah, y'all are welcome. It only took us, I mean, I guess with our limited resources, 5 years is pretty impressive. But
Sure. Yeah.
5 years of Agitator, and we have brought peace to the Far East.
hmm Yeah, there are people who have been tweeting things like uh Japanese are more American than Mexicans who've lived here for 20 years.
For 20
Uh,
years, yeah.
yeah,
For
yeah.
50 years, you'll get there. You're
You get there.
close.
Yeah, it's a process.
I
It's
mean,
a
they
process.
already have they already worship the same savior,
Yeah,
Goku.
exactly. So it's funny too when you think about Japanese culture. We've talked about it on this show before too. The culture of influence on them is really strong, where they are completely shameless when it comes to appropriating anything. Like, cultural appropriation is just not a thing in Japan. They don't understand it to the point where you have game developers like Swery65 and basically just ripping off a lot of Suda 51 type shit, and they're friends and they work together on shit. And I'll bet, I haven't seen proof of this, but I will bet you that if there's an interview with Swery, he'll be like, I'm not influenced by him. No, these are original ideas. Like, what are you talking about?
Or
And
maybe
it's,
not. I mean, they're always like with Mike has done shit where they're like, "Where'd you get this idea?" And he's like, "I stole it from this place." Or, I
hmm
watched this
hmm
movie and or Kojima all the time
Oh,
is
true.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
James Bond inspired me, and men's asses made me
Yeah,
think.
and yeah, and ninjas. But no, it was the basically the pulling shit. Where I'm mostly getting that from, if anybody's wondering, there was a series of interviews that this guy, the guy who wrote, I want to say Monster, the medical drama manga slash anime. I think it was him. He went around and interviewed a bunch of mangakas about, and the trend that I started to notice was that he would say, "Hey, I see this influence in your work," and they would always be like, "No, no." And I looked it up. I looked it up, and there was like a forum discussion about this. So I'm getting this from like one Japanese person who's explaining. So probably right though.
They
Usually
might
those are
just
correct.
they might just be psychically tapped in, you
Yeah,
know.
there's that too.
The more weirdly, and this is how I know like I'm actually close to wrapping up Texas T shit and the universe is lining up to allow that to happen because everything I've experienced lately for the first time has been like basically Texas T.
Mhm.
Like I watched Red River today, which I've seen way back, but I forgot all about it. It was just
hmm
another
Which
John
one is that
Wayne.
one?
It's a John Wayne joint where he is Howard Hawks directed, and it's about they drive like 10,000 head of cattle from Texas to Missouri, and along the way he takes in this orphan boy, and they don't see eye to eye as the boy gets older, and I was just like, what the fuck?
hmm
Um,
hmm
and then I'm watching Deadly Outlaw, Reka, Rika, whatever it is, the
I
Mike
always said
joint.
Rekka. Yeah.
I always said something else,
Yeah.
but was good. Konnichiwa, Nicholas.
Hey, boys. Have you seen all the love between America and Japan that's been going on Twitter the past few days?
Mm-mm.
It's the only thing that's on my feed. So Japanese people
Like
apparently have,
genuine though, like
Yeah,
actually.
yes, yeah, yeah, like genuine. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some people who are just being silly about it, but there have been some truly like heartfelt posts
Oh,
about
I saw the a bunch of Japanese people singing like the
Take Me
one
Home.
John. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
coworker sent me that.
Yeah, but they have honky tonks, and it's really funny to see like OU and Texas A&M posters in
They're
like,
like smoking meat. They got the
yeah,
big
yeah.
Texas flag hanging up. They're all wearing
Yeah.
cowboy
But
boots and
even
cowboy hats.
the non-LARPer ones, I think there's a big culture, especially with more conservative men in in Japan, that looks up to. They really like the trucks. I've been seeing a lot of really cool Japanese trucks and cars and stuff. They like the loud engines and fireworks and meat and guns and and they're just like, yeah, Texas. To them, it's Texas
Okay.
specifically. Like you don't usually hear them say America, or maybe sometimes they'll say U.S., but it's usually Texas. They're like, we like Texas.
Just
Like
warms my heart.
just
Yeah.
Texas or like the South or like
Well,
just Texas?
I include Oklahoma in that
Okay.
because the
I'll
all the
include
things that they're
Oklahoma and Texas.
because all the things they're talking about with Texas, Oklahoma has just in a smaller space, right? Texas has more because it's bigger, right? You got 4 points that are completely different. Like Dallas, Austin, Houston, and then El Paso, San Antonio, all of them are fucking different.
Very,
So
yeah.
so you've got your variety. But the point is, the large point is that this is what we've been talking about on this show for 5 years. Like, obviously, there's a connection that people from this region of the US feels towards Japan. And then a lot of it was just racism, you know? Like like the fun, cute side of the whole thing was like barbecue and Texas culture and all this. And then there was like the darker side of it, which was just some Japanese people can get pretty fucking racist. There's the meme from Spider-Man where Spider-Man goes, "I really like the Japanese," and then James Franco goes, you know they're super racist, right?" And then Spider-Man goes, "I already said I like them. You don't have to sell me on it." But so there was a light side and a dark side to this, but I'm focusing
A
specifically
yin
on
and
the
a
light side,
yang, you could say.
a black and a white, if you will.
There was a yellow and a white,
Yellow and a white.
and the
Yeah.
yellow was kind of like a pale yellow.
Not really yellow at all, but it's just what's stuck.
It was like really white.
Yeah, it's actually kind of white, but it's just, different. Um, but anyway, US Japan relations are at an all-time high. One of them, a really interesting tweet I thought was from a guy who said a really important thing that kind of kicked this all off. Because Japan, I didn't know this, Japan has the most active users on X, even more than the US, which I thought was crazy. Um, And he said that when Trump was joking around with the prime minister of Japan, and he told her, like, somebody asked a question like, why didn't you tell anybody that you were going to invade Iran? He said, we wanted to have the element of surprise. And he looked at the prime minister. He said, you guys know about surprise, don't you? And they were like, when he made that joke, when he made light of it, a lot of posts that I saw, it was like for them, like breathing a sigh of relief that they had carried this cultural shame about that for a while, and now it was almost like Trump giving them permission to take a breath and, you know, be just it's fine. It's water under the bridge, bro. It's
It's
cool.
okay. Y'all gotta be embarrassed we bombed the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Look at all the. Oh
Which
wait, were
that's
they
the
embarrassed
thing.
about that, or were they embarrassed
They're
about Pearl Harbor?
embarrassed about Pearl Harbor, right? And
Oh,
then
oh, they should be. But yeah, it's
but then
okay. It's okay.
but then Americans are just like, I mean, we killed several hundred thousand of them with those bombs, and we're like all of them are like, or all of us for the most part.
It's honestly the best thing that ever happened in history because out of it we've gotten Godzilla, we've gotten Dragon Ball Z, we've
Hmm.
gotten. I
Hmm.
mean, everything is just
Grave of the Fireflies.
Grave of the Fireflies for like a very literal, artistic representation of all that.
Hmm.
But basically, all of their art and their ethic since then has
What if we're
been.
similar because we all have radiation poisoning?
Maybe.
When did we get radiation poisoning?
All the tests, right? Like, I mean, we'd mostly be out of it, but if we've driven, I mean, I used to drive through the desert all the time. You got to be getting some isotopes that way, right?
I mean, I guess, I work with a lot of actually, yeah, I work a lot around a lot of radiation.
Yeah, like we all
So,
we all have slight radiation poisoning, so we see eye to eye on things.
mm, especially when we do this.
Mhm.
Now we're
So
seeing eye to eye.
never seeing eye to eye on all this. So Nikki, what have you been up to, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, bro. Not much. I've been working with my dad doing concrete stuff today,
Oh,
this
no shit.
weekend.
What are you working on?
Just little stuff today. We just like hand mixing stuff in this basement because he was basically just putting a layer of concrete on the walls in the basement. But he's doing other stuff around this house. I don't know exactly. I'm just working with him on the weekends. But randomly, my like one of my childhood best friends moved back, called me last Sunday and was like, "Yo, I'm back." I was like, "What do you mean you're back?" And I have literally haven't seen him since 20, I saw him for 2 hours in 2019, and then since then I haven't seen him uh since like 2010, like and but we're still he's one of my like best friends of all time, and so I was like, what the fuck? And so I got him hooked up working with my dad, and so I've been working with him too, and it's been really cool and fun. And today we were just doing. And then our other friend came and joined us today just to say hey, and we all ended up working like with my dad in this cramped little basement, but it was super fun. Uh, and
That's
yeah,
dope.
it's nice. It was awesome, honestly. Um,
I saw something recently that was like dissing on I think it was in the mix of all this Japanese American love fest going on. There were, Debbie Downers in there talking about how uh the work ethic of the West is very, which I think is one of the things Japan admires about us, is like a negative thing. Uh, but just like that,
the
where you
work
have you
ethic
having
being
like a
like
reunion around with work at the core of it.
it was awesome, honestly. It was so, and it was like we were like, oh, we got, and we also went into this, man. There's a lot of them here. I don't know. I feel like there's less so in the South, but if abandoned churches, and we went.
Hmm,
And my dad loves going into shit like that, and he actually like we've always done stuff like that, explored stuff like that. One of my earliest memories is him taking me and these five other neighborhood kids like on a train trestle as and then the train fucking came and so we all had to get underneath like the fucking like train tracks on a bridge and like that's literally one of my earliest memories, probably like five or something.
that's
And
badass.
and so we just were in this amazing church that was built in I believe it said like the first part was 1823 and then 1877 and then was a big addition and then like 1901 was a big addition. And so obviously really old church. And then but man, I think it closed in 2020 because there was a couple like pamphlets I noticed said 2020 and that was the most recent year I could find. But bro, it's been like kind of dilapidated and a lot of like graffiti and stuff in there, but it's just beautiful. There's some of the stained glass and it was so cool. And we were just in there on our lunch break. And it was fun. He's been wanting to show me that for a while. It was cool.
I just sent you photos of the last abandoned church I was in.
Oh,
No, not the
let me
last one,
see.
but the most interesting one.
Damn. Where's this? Is this in
That's
Texas or
yeah,
in
yeah, that's in
damn.
Texas.
Wait, I gotta send you guys these here. This shit.
Necrosis.
Yeah. We used to hang out in that one all the time.
Yeah.
Someone what was the coolest part? I'll send you someone. I was like, what the f is that what I think it is? I assume it was a little kid, but it had been like severely like kind of water damaged, but it looks even cooler. They drew this really cool Majora's Mask, like the mask, and it was like really cool. So I took it, and then I also got a cool picture of not a cool, well, it's a cool picture. It's just a funny picture of a needle next to a Bible, like naturally there,
Nice.
which a lot of needles there, but it was a good one. But. Yeah, that was my day. It was an awesome day, honestly, one of the best in a while. Um, and it was like beautiful the weather here has been like really fucked up kind of where it'll be like literally um some days will be like 20 degrees, and then next day it'll literally be 75 or 80.
Same
Like,
here, dude. Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's all
yeah,
over. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
and really windy too. Like
Really windy for sure. Yeah,
crazy
it's
windy.
always
Yeah.
pretty windy these months, March and April, which I like, honestly. I love the thunderstorms and shit.
I like thunderstorms, but I don't like the wind. When you just walk
No.
outside, you can't, yeah, it makes it hard for me to think.
I don't like being out in the wind, but I like the ambience of the wind outside, if that makes sense. You know
Like
what I
that
mean?
kind of cool
Yeah.
wind
Yes,
sound.
yes,
Yeah, yeah, I
definitely.
got you. I got you. I
Bro, the
went to
graffiti in front of the Oregon is
Do you see that?
tight. Yeah.
It's really sick. You got like yeah, this year this it was really dope.
yeah, this
Um
looks pretty cool. Is that your dad?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Wait,
looks
you're
pretty cool.
Asian?
No, he's not Asian. He looks his eyes are just halfway closed.
Common mistake.
Yeah, exactly. But that was happening. They had we went down the base. We actually found a safe in there. We're gonna try to crack. Um, but not allegedly. Um, So it was no, we went in the basement too, which was crazy. There was it was which was kind of flooded, like the I don't know, like the electrical room that had like a I assume I don't know if that's the right word, but it's just like had the generator and the all sort of like I don't know. It was like completely flooded. I was like, damn, I wonder if they could literally ever even reopen this. Probably not. That's the shit about churches that is kind of crazy because something like that, Kelby, you'd probably know how, like I feel like would cost hundreds of $1,000s literally just to tear it down, like for sure,
Oh God. Yeah.
right? Like
Because
at a
the haul
minimum.
off, like there's so much inside of
Yeah.
there. Jesus Christ, just you're talking machines, labor, um, I mean,
I
fucking
can only
permits with it
imagine.
being
And
in the
then
middle of town and shit.
yeah,
And
it's right
then
in the middle of like a neighborhood, like we're
the
literally right in the
dump
city.
alone, like
Yeah, the
the
dump fees
amount
would
of
be
shit
crazy.
you're about to throw away is gonna
My
be
one friend that
astronomical.
was with us was like, "Oh, are we gonna get in trouble?" I was like, "No one's literally gonna give a fuck that we're like, are you kidding? Like, come on, like that doesn't matter." It's like the type of thing where like the doors are wide open. That there are a lot of abandoned, like oh, I say most of the churches in Pittsburgh that are like that old are probably abandoned. I mean, I don't have a real number for that. That's just like a guess, but I mean, definitely more abandoned at this point than not, if I had to guess for sure.
Yeah, I've seen one of the apartment complexes I went to recently was built in the 50s, I want to say, and it was totally trashed. It was bought by a bunch of investors, and
Mhm.
they've dumped millions of dollars trying to rehab this thing. It's a 300 unit apartment complex, and I was asking the super or whatever you call him, the guy who takes care of shit there.
Yeah.
I was like, how many of these units are good? He's like, well, there's 300, but 80 of them are livable. And you walk in
Damn.
and like the pool hadn't been cleaned in years, so it looks like diarrhea soup. And
Uh,
the fence was falling down around that. And he's like, yeah, they want to see if you guys can fix this. And I was kind of like, not really. I mean, there's like the concrete of the
like fi
where the pool
fix the
is.
fence.
Yeah, because the posts had rusted out, but the problem was the concrete around the posts had degraded to such a point where we could move the whole fence in 6 inches and do that. But then if we're taking panels off and we're bringing new posts and we're drilling those new posts 6 inches in and then we're making it connect and we're going to have to, at the corners, we're going to have to make cuts. And at a certain point, it's like, what are we doing? Like what?
Hmm.
Like why would we do this?
Should
And
just
then
do like
there's
a temporary safety fence or something. And
yeah, exactly. Just tear it down and put a temporary fence up. And I think a temporary, well, that's the whole point, right? A temporary fence doesn't actually keep people out. It's literally just a cover your ass thing, right?
Hmm.
Like you go past those and you're like, you could just move them and get in. It's like, yeah, but then you
but
moved them. So
but yeah, that's the
that's
fun
your problem.
part.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I was in this place and I was like, they should just tear this whole thing down. And he's like, yeah, no, but that's something you get into these big numbers about what it would take to do that and then rebuild everything, and it gets
Yeah.
crazy.
It
Like,
just anytime I'm in a place like that, I'm just like, whoa. Like it really kind. I don't know if it's something about it's like. that was a church specifically, or that it just is so fucked up, and you really see the contrast. But I'm like, damn, what like just what happened? I think, well, actually, I know what happened. There was a fire. In this one specifically, there was a fire.
A fire, yeah. Hmm.
So there, and actually, my other favorite abandoned place in Pittsburgh is this. I think I might have told you guys about it. This really dope bowling alley. Have I told you about that?
I
It
think
they
so,
shot,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they shot that movie Kingpin in there. It's similar,
Oh, no shit.
yeah,
I
which
love
I
that
haven't
movie.
seen yet,
That movie's
but
great.
You gotta
um,
watch it. It's
isn't
fun.
it the Farley
The
brothers?
Fairley Brothers, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. I do want to watch it just because of that one, the location. But another thing was, and this was kind of in hindsight to me, like seems inevitable that it would happen. That the second that like connected to the building, it was like kind of a separate building, but it was literally connected. Was like a chemical plant, and
Mm,
so something went wrong, obviously, and there was a huge fire. And the bowling alley itself wasn't really fucked up, but it was fucked up enough to where they were like cut it. And it was like a 5-story bowling alley. And it really it looks, you know,
how does
despite the
that work? I
destruction.
don't know if I've ever been on a more than one story bowling alley.
So they had it like cause it
Oh,
was like a
there
real.
was one in Portland. There is a two-story bowling alley in Portland that I've been
So
to.
not every story was like lanes, but it
Hmm.
was very like it looks like the movie. Like I mean, really, it's very like 90s,
Hmm.
like where I think it was more of like a Dave and Buster's type thing too, where it was like that one floor would have games or like a
Hmm.
bar. There was like a literal
Hmm.
a bar and restaurant type of thing, and then there was
Yeah.
like more of a kid friendly level. And there, I was like, damn, this would have been cool as fuck to actually go to.
Hmm. I went to a Dave and Buster's-esque place today called Main Event. We're
Was it
looking for
fun?
places to have Gustavo's birthday party. Yeah, it was, but it was expensive. So we rented an hour at the bowling lane. It was $61, and then the food was like
Ooh,
$50, and then
how
the
just two of you or
three. So me, my wife, and my son.
right? I do bowling is I went bowling last night with two friends and it was $50 for all three of us to
Yeah,
bowl,
dude,
which
I
is
hadn't
to
been
me
bowling
crazy.
in forever, dude. I remember, and you used to be able to bowl for like $20
I
an
grew up
hour.
poor and we bowled all the time, so I know it
Yeah,
wasn't no fucking $60 an hour.
Yeah,
no,
we
it was
wouldn't have been doing
crazy.
it.
And this was like a crappy, dude, it was literally underneath an advanced auto parts. Like it was a crappy, like old
Hmm.
as hell.
Hmm.
Like the screens were like literally like old box TV. Not box TVs quite, but like the first probably like flat, like thin TVs ever. Like it was old as hell and like not really that nice, but fun, a good vibe. But I was like
Hmm.
shocked that it was that expensive. And
Yeah.
my one friend brought his own shoes and stuff, and like you know what I mean? So it was like kind of,
Yeah.
I was really surprised.
I was
But
surprised by that too. And then
but this place sounds more like
it's like a Dave and Buster's,
nicer.
so it
Yeah,
has like
yeah.
yeah, it has a bunch of new shit and it had a bunch of games. And so I put $50 on a card. We only spent like 20 of it because my
Mm.
son throws temper tantrums every time he loses a game, and it's like what are you talking about?
Especially these
You're
arcade games, they're rigged for you to lose.
yeah, you're gonna
Oh, for
lose.
sure, for sure.
And so we left after about 2.5 hours, but it was cool. I mean, they had laser tag in there, and so like laser tag, bowling, video games, and then yeah, there's like a bar restaurant section in there. So I mean, it's cool, but I don't know. Like this guy came over and he's like, "Y'all looking to have a birthday party in here? Well, take these flyers and let me know." And I was like, I don't know if I want to do a birth like Chuck E. Cheese. I can get a pretty good deal at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Gus
Cause
might
you
like that better.
cause you did the fences. They put Chucky in at night, right?
I do, yeah. Yeah, they have to be electrified, which we're not allowed to do.
Mm.
But their solve for it was to actually just put in a regular fence and then have somebody patrolling who
Mm-hmm.
shocks him if he gets too close to the fence.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, which seems kind of fucked up. Like, I feel like you should be able to touch a fence
What they
that
don't tell
you're
you
encased in.
is Chucky likes being shocked.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm.
Is he like,
It's
This is
it's
all for
Chucky's request.
yeah.
yeah.
He doesn't need to be locked up. He likes it.
That makes a lot of sense, actually, just because of his attitude, you know?
Hmm. Charles.
My name is Chucky, and I like to fucky.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, and that's why he needs to be locked up. That'd be so funny if every time you got like horny, you like called your mom and you're
You
like, you
went
got
to
to put
Chuck
me
E.
back in
Cheese.
the cage. You got to
Every
take me
time
back
you
to Chucky and put me in the cage.
what?
And then kids are in Chuck E. Cheese just having fun. And there's a dude in a cage there, and they're like, "What's his deal?" It's like, well, that when he pays good money to be locked up in there whenever he wants to have sex. And they're like, with children? You're like, oh heavens, no, 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 no,
Oh
just in
God,
general.
no, no.
No.
We don't condone that kind of behavior. What
But there's a price for everything.
There is a price for everything. Um,
do y'all think Japanese people think about Chuck E. Cheese?
I don't know if
Probably.
they know what that is, dude.
I don't know. I feel like they like animatronics, right?
They do like animatronics, and Chuck E. Cheese is kind of a Japanese place, low key.
Go
I
on.
feel like they
It's
would
like
like
come
it.
here to just eat, pizza, but then there's all these animatronics singing and at you, and they're like
Right,
always fucked up. They don't really work, so there's a weird
right.
vibe. And but then there's like a ton of arcade games.
Hmm.
It's really loud from the kids and
You kid,
the token machines.
have you guys taken your kids there recently? Like I
Oh
haven't been
yeah.
to Chuck E. Cheese since I
So
was like
my
a
mom
birthday party.
basically took care of this girl when she was growing up, and the girl considers my mom to be kind of like her mom also.
Hmm.
And so this girl had a kid, and so my mom helped her with all that. Anyway, she's the manager at Chuck E. Cheese. So we used to do everything at Chuck E. Cheese because we got that shit on deep,
She
deep, deep,
hooks it
deep,
up for you
deep
guys. Yeah,
discount, deep
yeah.
discount. But she moved her husband, boyfriend, I can't remember, got a job selling swimming pools, I think, in Tulsa. And so our Chuck E. Cheese hookup is gone. So
Damn.
we may or may not do that anymore. But for a while there, it was great
What
because
about
we,
have you guys ever done a birthday party at like I feel like the trampoline parks.
Oh, like
dude,
Urban Air? Hell
I
yeah.
Yeah,
can't.
yeah,
I've been to it. So my buddy had his kid's like sixth birthday at Urban Air. And of course, the adults get in on it too, but like my knee is so
yeah.
fucked up I can't do it. I know I'm gonna blow
Oh,
that shit
damn.
out. I'll blow it
That
out for
sucks. They're
sure.
fun.
Yeah.
They're fun as hell, honestly.
Yeah. I saw a compilation video on Instagram today of, trampoline fails, and I had to
Uh,
watch the whole thing, but it's exactly what would happen to me if there's a guy who jumped like 8 feet
oh,
onto a trampoline and you just see his ankles go like the wrong way, and
that
then
sucks.
people's knees giving out,
That
getting
sucks.
twisted into pretzels and stuff. But if one thing that I wish I could do is have fun on a trampoline. That shit would be dope. I remember actually one of my earliest knee fuck up things was because I was trying to get launched on a trampoline. My buddy JJ, who was a cholo and a juggalo at the same time, depending on the day of the
Awesome.
week, he would change it. And he did a good launch. Like, but I hit it wrong somehow. Like I was a little bit off. And yeah, the legs just gave out and I fell. Because there's two ways getting launched on a trampoline can work. That way, or you can fucking get launched and it's awesome. But, you know, that's how it goes.
Yeah, my knees are giving out. I'm getting 33. It's like it feels like everybody had told me at 25 shit starts hitting. And I remember turning 25 and was like, holy shit, they weren't fucking around.
Mhm.
Now at 33, it's like, what the fuck? Now I'm fat and my knees don't work.
Yeah, I want to get the fucking stem cells in my knees. I'll do that shit. Like injecting the stem cells or whatever to rebuild it.
Does it
If I
help?
could have my knees at full capacity, I'll do whatever, dude. I don't care who has to die. Like I need that. I want my knees back, dude. I'll be walking around. I'll be walking my ass down to the grave of whoever had to give me those stem cells. Well, let's be real. It's probably an aborted fetus, you know.
Yeah. Well, I thought that's where all the stem cells came from.
I
It just
think you're
comes from
right.
dead people in general.
No, no, I think you're right. I think I was wrong about that.
Somebody be
I
missing their
apologize.
niece. Somebody's missing their niece, and you're like, I'm missing my knees.
My
Give me some of that.
knees.
Give me some of that
I,
fetus serum.
I'm more than happy to help you with this niece situation, but this niece, Japanese situation is taking some top priorities. I think the Japanese like that about us too, that we're selfish.
We make light of everything. Oh yeah.
No, just that we're yeah, that we're like that we're open to like, hey, fuck you, pay me. Because to come from and in a way, I think some Westerners, not necessarily me, but they like that more. What a lot of right-wing people I think like about Japan is that it's so ordered. Because that's really all it being conservative is, right? Is preferring order over
You
chaos
just want
at
shit
any
to
cost.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you want shit to work.
Conservatism is actually a whole lot more of the reality of what liberals claim to want with
Mm,
like the a structured society, but they can never say how exactly logistically that's going to work because
hmm
once they start spelling it out, it's like, okay, so you're a conservative.
Yeah, yeah. And conservatives are the ones who are like, hey, we can't have people shitting everywhere and have this city function. And it's a sticking point. And that's when the classic tweet, if you want to get inside the mind of a liberal, just pretend to not understand what the other person's talking about. Because I could say something like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have people pooping everywhere. And they'd be like, what do you mean by pooping? And what do you mean by everywhere? Not pooping everywhere. There's poop every, but the
What do you mean, like Indian people?
it's like,
Are you being racist?
but the Japanese, I think, for America, like they do like that individualism. I read again, this is David read something somewhere day, but I read somewhere that from a Japanese person that like this idea that the Japanese are all like collective minded is a myth, right? And they're actually all very individual and think of themselves as individuals, but they're just in a society that also is very structured. You might say more structured than ours. And so it makes sense that they would connect with, having a tricked out F-250.
I mean, look at what they do to semi trucks over there.
Yeah, dude. That Japanese people in cars,
What do
like,
you call that shit? The trucks with all the bling on it.
I don't know. It's like in the Miike movie, the phone movie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was in
Yeah,
Midnight.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, by the way, I have a question. What do you call it when people turn their tires in at like a 45-degree angle? What is that called?
Oh shit.
I've
I
seen
don't
like
know.
three of those this weekend, and I was like, is this
I,
is this
I don't even
becoming a thing?
I
Oh,
don't
that's
know.
been a thing for a long time.
Well, I mean, I've seen them before, but what I'm saying is I saw three of them, which is out of the ordinary for OKC.
It's called a camber.
Camber?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh oh shit. There's a purpose to them. Negative camber can increase tire grip during high speed cornering. So
Oh,
it's
it
like a
makes sense.
racing thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because if they're, yeah, that actually, because when you're turning, it's actually pushing against the turn. So that makes a lot of sense. My thought process was that it would actually be bad for the tread because of that, like it would wear out the
Yes.
insides first, right?
Yeah.
But that's just being a baller and being like, yeah, I got to change my tires out every 3 months.
Well, and you
So
can be
what?
too excessive with the camber too. So
Okay.
there's a right balance.
hmm
But I mean, yeah, if not all points of the tire are on the ground, it's going to favor
Yeah.
wear than one part of the tread over the other.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, so what? I'll just get new ones
Yeah, I'll just
because I
get new
got it like
tires.
that.
Ain't no broke bitch.
Yep. I hate
I'd
broke
I'd
people.
love us too if I was Japanese.
Love us?
Yeah,
Well, yes, us specifically, but like Texas.
I love us, and I'm not Japanese.
you're not.
No.
Uh,
Spiritually, maybe. I
yeah,
mean,
definitely.
I would commit seppuku if I brought too great a dishonor on my family.
I would too.
So I'd be like, hey, here are my
Then
guts, guys.
pretty
Who would
close.
you have cut your head off?
You, of course.
All right.
I wouldn't
I'm
trust anyone else to do it.
I'm honored, brother.
One smooth stroke.
Watch said I'd shed one single tear.
But you would know it had to happen
You brought
because of the
dishonor
dishonor. Yeah.
upon your family.
Now, Kelby, don't fuck it up. Make sure you make it clean. This shit's halfway through my neck. I'm like, oh fuck. I should have asked John Cena.
I like machete it in the middle of your head. You're like, God damn it. It hurts so bad, and I'm looking at my guts right now.
Yeah. I somehow don't die. I just have to shit in a bag forever and I got it. They leave the machete in. I would sell so many copies after
Bro,
that.
that has to be a scene in Ronin Trash. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
a
Oh yeah, I
fucked
should do
up
that.
a
Yeah.
fucked up Harakiri.
Hmm.
the guys ever read this?
What is that?
I can't tell what it is.
Man sex?
Mansect,
Man
Mansect.
sect.
It's a really. I
Oh,
just
is that
found
Kenji
that.
Suratori?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's this is the name Koja.
Oh, Koja Shinichi. Oh, okay, yeah,
I
no,
don't
I
know
don't
who
know who
that
that
is.
is.
It's really cool. I recommend it. It's like basically this like loser guy. Because it's very proto like it reminded me a lot of like Spiral.
Oh,
Uh,
Mm.
cool. Yeah,
like
yeah.
this whole town is affected by one guy's just like addiction to like bugs basically.
That's
Uh,
dope.
and it's got really crazy like freaky illustrations and body horror.
I've been
It's
reading
cool.
Dark Water by Koji Suzuki, speaking of the spiral in the ring and all that.
That looks tight.
That looks dope.
And
Is
it's
is
got
it a
the
manga?
like yeah, it's from the
Oh, okay.
70s. It's
Oh,
from the early
wow.
70s. It was not what I was
That's cool.
expecting at all. It's yeah, I mean to ask you, yeah, like look at that. That's t doesn't that look like could
Oh, like
easily
Genji
be
Ito. Yeah.
exactly like it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, because I
That is
first
dope.
picked it up and I was like, oh, this looks like something influenced by Junjito. And then I looked at it a little bit more and it has that classic like 70s-ish like kind of character
Hmm.
design. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking
They all
about?
look like Golgo 13 or Astro Boy or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Astro Boy is what I always think, and I was like, oh wait, I
Yep.
was like, what the fuck? This is kind of weird, and it's really cool. And it also reminded me a little bit of like Black Hole. Have you all read that?
Oh, I love that book. That's a
It
great
reminded
book.
me a bit of Black Hole, but
Hmm.
more like less kind of like the like I like that guy a lot, Charles Burns,
Hmm.
who the dude from The Simpsons literally named after, which is so
Hmm.
funny because they all
Hmm.
went to art school together. But
Oh, no shit. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
they did. Yeah. I thought that was a joke at first, but it's true. Um like Matt Groening and him and I believe Daniel Clowes or someone like that. Like
Hmm.
maybe not, but no, there's like a third one. But it doesn't have that kind of like nihilistic, very like Gen Xer tone that
Hmm.
I feel like Black Hole has. It's like
Hmm.
very
Hmm.
like silly. You know, it's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I recommend.
So Kelby informed me today that there's a group of people who believe that I'm the conservative MAGA member of Broken River Books.
Yeah, we had
Who?
some insider creeping around some people being gossipy, people being catty,
Yeah.
um sharing chats.
Kelby brought it to my attention, which I mean you have to at that point.
If I
And they
see
were
it, the group got to see it. It's
yeah.
hilarious because so the basic premise of the Goss is that Broken River is confusing to certain people because we are a collective. We operate collectively, and we each share each other's we sell each other's books.
They
We
fucked that up though. They
take
think that we
they
share
we
profits.
don't
We
share
don't.
profit. Fuck that shit.
No.
No, give me my money.
Yep.
We sell each other's books and
Then
have
we give them money.
100% of the
Yep.
royalties. If you sell my
Exactly.
book, then that's my money. If I
Yep.
sell a Simmons book, that's his money.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And but we go in on, tabling at events and stuff and all this shit, and we put out our own shit. We boost each other's promo, you know, that's how we do.
Hmm.
And they were like, that's so confusing because that's like very Marxist. And it's like they don't realize that they're basically socialists, and two of them are MAGA, and the rest are very much not. And I was just like, what?
Yeah, yeah. And they said I was the openly conservative one.
And I'm
Kelby was like
quietly
quietly
conservative.
conservative,
I don't know what that means.
and then the others are all not, which I'm not putting anybody's business out there, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking
You have
about.
no idea what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
also, talk to each other like every single day. That's what always confuses me when people are like, I
Yeah.
don't understand how Broken River operates. It's like we're close for like I'll take a bullet or pull the trigger for anybody in Broken River.
Hmm.
It's like that's how we operate.
Yeah, we operate because we're friends, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, I will say this, and Eddie won't mind me saying it. He's the lefty, the furthest left of the group for sure.
Eddie's the only leftist I respect because he's not well, and I say that saying like I don't look at people like with their what their I don't look at people like that, like their tribes. I don't
Yeah,
even know.
right.
Shit, I don't even know what Nikki believes. It,
Nikki believes in nothing. He's a
I mean,
nihilist.
I have like you guys. I don't base any of my opinions on a direction.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think that's what actually, I think to these people, I think this is what they don't
Either way,
understand
bro. You know what I
is
mean?
that
Like,
we attract people who don't fit neatly into boxes. It's just that simple. And so if you're a person who could be the way people used to be in the 90s and the early 2000s, where we could think totally different things and still be friends, that's what Broken River is. And it's not that confusing. But they think it's confusing because their ideology, which is far left, uh, that has, kind of poisoned their brains over the past couple decades, has such a keen friend enemy distinction that they would put their own mothers in camps if they needed to. And so when they're like, how are these people friends? It's like, well, it's
It's
because we're
like
normal.
I would not
yeah,
turn on my mother like you would, you freak. So,
yeah.
But yeah,
It's
no, I thought that
it's
was really
dark.
funny.
That's very
oh, and they
funny.
called Grant a Marxist too, which
Yeah,
all
they
I
say,
know
and
about Marxism is that everyone who claims it is extremely annoying. So I
Yeah.
imagine I'm what like super not Marxist.
yeah, yeah, I would say you're not a Marxist. I would say none
And
of
I
us are
would say
Marxists.
Grant, I'm not speaking for him, but I don't imagine Grant is one or where they got that
Well,
from because Grant doesn't grind my gears.
let's have guys who don't know what they're talking about, Marxism hour. My understanding of it is that it's everybody who works, like let's say you have like a plant, you make shoes or something. Like Marxism would be everybody who works
Bro.
there owns part of the factory. Is that it?
Fuck that shit.
I
Here's what
think
I've
that's what it
That's
always
the
is.
dumbest
here's what
idea
I've
I've ever
always
heard.
thought about that, bro. The people, and this is just my experience, the people who are most like riled up and like seem to like the idea of Marxism, I don't think would really like it in practice because they wouldn't be like I don't think they would like to have like an assigned job. You know what I'm saying? Like or
Mhm.
like I guess communism more, you know what I mean? But like
Yeah, that's
I don't
communism,
think
right? Where
no,
it's like
yeah, yeah, but
like
I feel
you're the
like they're
guy
always
who takes care of the
yeah.
of the ducks. You're the
It's
duck guy.
yeah, but no one's. But yeah, that's all cool when they can be like, "I'm the duck girl." But
Mhm.
then when they have to be the like, they have to go be the person to like scrape the scabs off of your grandma's ankles. They're not gonna like that job.
Right. Right. Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this too. And this is where a lot of these people don't live in reality because it's something that has literally been tried a lot and
But
it's
it's okay
never,
to me because I think those people should just. That's not gonna happen. So they
so they
should
can just think that.
chill.
Yeah,
Or
well,
just chill and focus on like more awesome stuff, like and be
mhm.
like more happy and other. I don't know, like they should. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's probably
No, I like
a
that.
waste
Yeah,
of
no, I get
time.
what you mean. Yeah, it is a waste of time because yeah, like we're gonna become a Marxist country. No, would never happen.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say like when we were going back and forth on all of this in the chat, I had said there's only three kinds of people in America. There's conservatives, woke, and normal.
And I consider
You,
us to be normal.
yeah.
Because
I
like
don't, I
Yeah,
don't consider
real conservatives are like they're like I live that's what I live around. And I'm pretty like to them they would think that I was left
with those
because
hmm
well and with those people who are accusing us of being conservative, which is not I don't care. That's a big
yeah, yeah.
reason like what got everybody thinking we're MAGA is like that we don't care.
And also
That's like
probably when
it's
Donald
not
Trump won, we were cheering and being like Trump, 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 Trump.
yeah. Okay, well just hardline like voting politics, like the real black and white shit of American like election politics, I'll vote straight Republican on everything for the rest of my life for one reason. I'm a practical person. It
Mhm.
has nothing like I don't care about policy or ideology or any of that. I have my own. Those are based on principle and like experience and shit. But when it comes to like voting, anywhere that's run by Democrats is looks like shit, and anywhere run by Republicans, people have a easier time just living. I'm not saying it's great, and I'm not saying I love Republican policy through and through. I'm just saying anywhere run by Democrats gets run to shit.
Mhm.
So I will
Bro,
never swing that way.
there is one city in Oklahoma, Norman, where I was from. You've been to Norman.
Yeah.
It got like a Democratic mayor, and it was immediately flooded with homeless people
Bro,
and
Austin is a
crime.
cesspool.
And
Fuck Austin. Austin is not allowed to call itself Texas.
it just happens like that. It's so quick because it's
So
all like
so you don't
permissiveness, I think.
wanna you don't wanna fucking keep Austin weird?
No, I never
I'm just
liked
kidding.
Austin, even back in
I like
the
Austin.
I've never,
But Kelby's the Texan, so but I've always liked it when I
I've only
visited.
ever been to Dallas and it was fun. But
Dallas
Dallas
is
is cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Dallas is annoying as shit to drive around or
it
fly out
is.
of.
Fuck,
DFW is
bro.
probably the worst airport in the world.
I drove
Yeah.
from Florida to Dallas like just for fun one day and it was fun.
It's a cool drive too. You
It
go through a
was a
lot of
cool
cool
drive.
places. Yeah.
It was a cool drive. And we stopped in New Orleans and it was fun as fuck.
That's
But
a
I've
really
never been
nice
back.
skyline. I like.
Yeah.
hmm
I mean, Houston's is the best, but Dallas
Houston's
has a
cool,
nice
man.
skyline.
Houston's cool. It's just a city that's so massive. You can find your thing. Like Houston's one of those.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a New York or an LA where there's
you
just
can
so many
even find
people.
your Austin if you want in Houston.
Yeah, it's all there. It's all there. Um, yeah, Houston's cool like that. I love El I have a soft spot for El Paso, but El Paso is not like that at all. El Paso is basically Mexico,
Hmm.
but it's I just think it's beautiful, and I really liked living there. And
Oh,
then
you live there?
yeah, I went to college there for 6 months, and then I lived there before I moved back to Oklahoma. So like 6, 7 years ago, I lived
Yeah,
there for a
he
couple
was
years.
like, "Bro, I'm moving to El Paso. Our kids are gonna play together, and we're gonna barbecue." And I was like, "Bro, that is like 13 miles away, or 13 hours away from."
Bro,
Yeah, it's pretty far. It's the
that's
whole
when
state.
that's when people are always like, "Bro, I'm gonna be in Philly. Come up." I'm like, "This is a 7 hour drive." But I like the idea.
Are you not in Philly? I thought you were in Philly.
Nah, I'm in Pittsburgh, which is literally
Yeah, Pittsburgh, the other
6
P.
hours away. Yeah,
Oh,
it's okay.
okay.
I
There's
understand.
so
It's
much
very
P in
common.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's very easy to
Well, and that's mostly traffic, right? That's not a distance thing.
no,
That's
it's distance. It's distance.
really,
It's 6 hours away. Yeah, it's
Like
closer. It takes me
Pennsylvania
as
is
long to
like it's
get.
like this,
It's
right? It's like
huge.
a it's like
no,
cocoon shaped,
it's
It's
like
like a
this, right?
rectangle,
like a
basically.
rectangle.
Yeah,
Yeah, cocoon
and
like a rectangle like a
I
cocoon.
live, I live, I live like like it takes me the exact same amount of time to drive to New York as it does to Philly.
God damn.
But yeah,
Yeah, my
it,
whole family at this point works out of well, yeah, even my sister. My whole family at this point like travel works,
mm,
and um my dad currently is stationed like just 6 hours away from us. So we were like, "Oh shit, you're close." Like we ain't been this close to each other in a long time.
mm, mm.
I saw a thing on Instagram recently that was this dude that was like, "People in Texas be like," and it was all true. And he was like, he was kind of talking shit, but in like an admirable way. So I let it fly. I didn't look up his address or anything, but one of them was people in Texas be like, 4 hours, that's close.
I
And I'm
get
like,
that though.
yeah,
To me, that's how I felt in Florida as well, and that less so here, but like a 4 hour drive to me is like a short drive because I'm used to doing like I don't know, like to me like 14 is like long, like that's pretty
yeah.
long.
Like
Like
right
that's when it
now
starts to
for
get
me to
long.
get home, it's 17 and a half hours. And I'm like, that's a long drive.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's a
long.
long one. Yeah. Or like
Yeah,
even driving from OKC to Kansas City is one of those ones that's just a little bit too long.
How long is it? Like
Right.
7?
It's
We
like
we did
six or
that,
seven. Yeah, yeah.
but
It's like six or seven, but like when you get to like hour five, because it's all the same. Kansas is like Kansas,
Yeah,
I think, is what people
that
think
that change
Oklahoma
that
is,
changes things.
which is just flat. It's just
Oklahoma's
nothing.
great. Kansas
Yeah.
is like, bro, god
It
damn.
just flattens the fuck out for miles and miles. But um
It's no wonder they do meth.
when I was in Baltimore, this is one negative thing that I'll say about Baltimore, and you can't tell David Simmons, but like the
Oh
traffic there
fuck.
is absolutely insane. Like it's insane.
That's why you
There
walk.
Really?
You park and you walk.
there'd be a reading that was 3 miles away, and I would get into the Uber, and it would be like you'll be there in 25 minutes. I was like, what the f? And we you would just sit. You just sit. And
That's
now Simmons
crazy.
Really?
says that I put something on his spirit because I was talking about his driving. And I was like, "Do you guys realize how you drive out here?" Which is they just kind of do what he's like. Now that you mentioned it, I see it everywhere. People will just stop in the middle of the street and get out and go do something, and like they're parked like in the middle of the street. And I was like, "Yeah, bro, it's not normal. Like most places don't do that."
So that's what we did when I went up to Baltimore is I didn't notice the traffic because we just parked in the middle of the street and walked everywhere.
Yeah,
And I feel like
and
we
then
walked around Baltimore. Well, okay, I mean we drove, to the east and west and
yeah,
we took the David Simmons tour.
yeah,
So we did some driving, but it didn't take us a long time to get anywhere because we'd hop
mhm,
over to this spot, park, get out. But
mhm,
yeah, that's crazy.
mhm.
The only people who know how to drive are Texans.
Yeah,
We're dangerous on the road.
yeah, yeah. People drive really fast here. When I go to other places, and I do drive. I realize how much faster I drive than everybody else because here, if you're not going like literally on the highway, if you're not going 15 over, you're just getting passed on each
Mm-hmm.
side.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to, if it's a 60, you kind of need to be doing 80 just to keep up with
Mm.
the flow. And then, there's always that one that's going the speed limit and it gets inside your head because you're like, what the fuck is your problem? You get to swerve around them and be like, do you not see how this works? Like you
See,
gotta go.
my driving, I haven't felt like a Texas driver until I got out of Texas because my driving drives Texans crazy.
Hmm.
Because I don't like speeding tickets.
Right.
But outside of Texas, I'm like, God damn, how do y'all go this slow?
Yeah, bro. It's pretty great. You're in Georgia right now?
Yeah. And the top
Yeah, I can
speed
see
limit
that.
I've seen is 70. And people don't even like going that. I'm like, what
You're
the
like, oh,
fuck?
this is getting
Georgia
scary.
Georgia cops love like that. The most ticket I always get tickets when I drive through Georgia. Like I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's just like I really have gotten many tickets in Georgia, which is annoying.
Yeah,
But
those lights are flashing all the time. Every time I go to work.
uh
So
fuck work. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm getting a PS2 and I'm gonna start modding that bitch.
Bro, you know who does that?
Who?
Salem. Salem is an
Really?
amazing PS2 modder.
That doesn't
Yes.
Yeah.
surprise
Doesn't surprise me either. Yeah. That's cool. I'll have to talk to her about
She
techniques
just
and
got
shit.
a Wii to mod and it's been fun as fuck.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
is
gonna get into game modding. I think that's gonna be
I
my
could totally
hobby.
see you doing that. Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
probably be really good at it too. Well,
Yeah.
So
so tell us about it, bro.
what is this? Yeah, what does this entail? Like,
Right. So
You have to fuck it
you do have to have
sexually.
sex with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
Yeah, you have
right.
to with consent.
Hmm.
But you have to ask
the
first.
only one you're allowed to rape or the
And
Sagas.
that mean and by consent we mean David's consent. The PS2 is in control here.
No, no. I mean the PS2's consent. You have to have written consent from the PS2 to open it up,
Mm.
spread it out. Um, but no, so what it consists of, it's really interesting, and it gets really interesting when it comes to the PS2 because the PS2 was so different from any console that came before it. It's, Nikki, do you know much about like how the PS2 actually worked with the emotion engine and everything like that?
No, but I watched something actually the other day about how uh you know how obviously they do with all the consoles, but the OG PS2, the big thick big one, and then the
Mm-hmm.
slim. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that was the most drastic case of like original model to slim. I feel
Yeah.
like that was
Right.
so crazy
It
looking.
looked like two different systems.
They really
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
now that doesn't really like the PS4s, like I can really not even really tell the difference that much. But
Hmm.
man, and I guess three, OG3 was so sick
Right.
with the Spider-Man font. But anyway, from 2 to 2 Slim, I heard that like there were a lot of downgrades in how it was made.
Well, it was, yeah, it was the first one that didn't, that was at like the very last model of the Slim PS2
Yeah.
had a really different setup than everything that came before it. So
Right,
it,
because you couldn't add like extra storage, and then the way they actually
right.
played the games was like less like because it could skip a lot. I remember having this issue too, like they would skip a lot more because it was like you pressed it and it rose up as
Bro, have
opposed
you
to
ever
like
looked at how the actual like disc readers work for
uh,
PlayStations?
no,
Like
I
I
don't
went
think so.
down a bunch of rabbit holes figuring all this shit out because I was like, wait, how does it work that you put a disc in and a little laser reads it and then like a game pops out the other end,
Right.
right? And so basically on a disc, there are these really thin filaments that go around and around and around. Like if you were to take the filaments on like a PS2 disc and stretch it from end to end, it'd be like 10 miles basically, right? Because each one is zero point 0.4 microns wide, and like a human hair is like 70 microns. So
God
each one is
damn.
super, super thin, and it's all pits. It's all because it's zeros and ones. It's literally zeros and ones, right?
Mm.
So it's microscopic pits all around the disk that the laser is constantly reading. And then it sends it obviously to like the CPU, the which interprets that. It sends it to RAM, right? Where it has like a list of processes that it's going to accomplish, and then it sends out from there. Eventually it gets to your TV and it turns all that data into light, right? And that's how you have an image, different
This is the
colors of light.
most amazing technology I've ever heard of.
It's incredible. It's literally fucking incredible. And we were just walking around with that shit like, oh, my shit has like a huge fucking key scratch in it. We'd be like, why doesn't this work?
You just put some like not soap toothpaste. You like scrub some toothpaste in the scratch and then wipe
Well,
it
and
with a
that,
towel and then it works.
like, so I read that. And of course, my first question is like, okay, so what happens that, like, that's what loading times are. Like when you are playing Resident Evil 2 and you walk up to a door and it plays that door animation,
Hmm.
that's what it does really quick to buy it some time to find on the disk where you're supposed to be because it's scanning for like where that is. And then when it comes to because there are some like Kingdom Hearts had fast travel and shit like that, but there's always an animation before the fast travel happens. That's all that animation is. It's like buying you time to like San Andreas is another really good
Yeah.
example, right? So anytime you would see like load, what does loading mean, right? Loading is
Hmm.
that laser looking for the spot that you're supposed to be in. Isn't that crazy?
So that animation, that little swirly animation is actually pretty accurate in what's
Yeah.
going on down
That's
there.
what it's
That's
doing. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So if you walk out of a room and then you walk back into a room, sometimes those load times are pretty quick because it can cache the data from like the room you were just in and it can re-access it faster. So it doesn't have to actually spin, find it, send it, all of this happening in seconds, right? But yeah, if you're fast traveling or you're going to a new level or whatever, it's finding that. And so some developers would take a lot of care to make sure that like the sequences on the disk were largely in order so that you can cut down on load times. But with some, there's just nothing you can do. Like it has
Especially
to
like the big open world shit
exactly,
or
right?
multi-choice
Yeah.
shit like this door or that door. So, but when you're in one place, you're in a setting, you're in a room in the game and it's been loaded.
Hmm.
And within that room,
Right.
you go to a desk to pick something up, or you
Hmm.
just jump in place, or you pull out your gun. How
Hmm.
is it like? Is the controller, are you controlling that laser where it's pointing at
So
on the
th
filament?
at that point, you don't have to worry about the laser because all the necessary data has been loaded into the RAM, right? And then it
Okay,
just
so the
becomes like,
RAM is like a
yeah,
room, and now you're
yeah,
inside that room.
Yeah, that data has been loaded
Okay.
into the RAM. And so what was interesting about the PS2 when it first came out, people were super stoked for it and they thought like this has the most insane graphics ever. But it was a completely different way of actually generating those graphics, right? So an Xbox or a excuse me, or a GameCube or anything that came before, it would load all that shit onto RAM and you just had to have really fucking powerful RAM. Like if you wanted good graphics, Xbox was great because I think it had like I can't remember if it was I think it was a 64, right? PS2 was only a 32. Um, but so you would basically just have a bunch of RAM, a bunch of code, right? And that's how you would develop the game, and that's how the game was experienced too, as like just this massive wall of code that was then interpreted by the different processors and filtered out to the TV. But the PlayStation had the emotion engine, which basically nobody had ever seen this before. So basically, it had something called is it I think it's DRAM or something like that, which if you think about it, so like the emotion engine becomes the foreman of the game, right? The foreman is out there and has the plan. This is what's supposed to happen. And then the foreman is basically sending tasks out to these different processors. And the DRAM is like the traffic conductor that's sending it to the proper place. The PlayStation had two different units. One was called like I think a V, is it VU or just V? I think it's a VU0 and a VU1. And like the VU1 was in charge of all kind of like textures, right? So if you just had something processed through a VU1, I've seen videos of this. It looks like a piece of jelly that's like rippling. So that's how you get like fog effects, rain, uh, uh,
Yeah.
textures, right? But what that meant was that people who were used to being able to code linearly had to learn how to code for three separate things at the same time. Because
Mm.
if you just tried to run it linearly through, while ignoring the VU0 and the VU1 inputs, the PlayStation 2 couldn't compete at all. So early PS2 games looked shittier than their Dreamcast counterparts because the Dreamcast was just a more powerful machine. But oh, and it didn't help that PlayStation didn't send any, like Shinji Mikami, the guy who made Resident Evil, like he worked for Capcom at the time, shit on GameCube, right? Remember, like Resident Evil 4 was like a GameCube exclusive, I think, right? For a while. And it was because developers for a time couldn't figure out how to use the PS2 because you had to do three separate lines of
Right.
code that are all spinning plates at the same time. And there's an art to it where you have to make sure that they all have something to do because if one of those three table legs slows down or doesn't know what to do, it fucks the whole thing up. So it's this flow between three different units that all send it to the graphics processing unit that then sends it out to the TV. And so once they figured it out, you had things like Metal Gear Solid 2, which had, the tanker level with all the rain. Like when that was ported to Xbox, that shit slowed down like crazy. It couldn't figure out how to do it or the fog in Silent Hill 2. Like in the PlayStation version, it's this kind of coiling, like spooky fog, right? But in you'll watch videos of this with like the Xbox version, it just looks like an air machine is just blowing fog like this, right? Because we had, and I say we because I'm a PlayStation 2 guy, but the PlayStation 2 had that VU1 unit that's just processing the fog, right? And the Xbox had to have that, the fog and the positioning of the character and the setting and the music and all that like in one. A funny thing, by the way, the music on the PS2 actually has the entire chip for the PS1 in it, and it's in the controller port and that's why it was backwards compatible. But for most games, people use that space specifically for the audio. So it was always accessing audio from like that was the RAM area that they would process most of the audio. But but yeah, I think it's a fascinating machine. Ooh, one other thing I think that's really cool about PS2s and why like games of this era had this kind of uncanny look to them is that most computers, like every point on a video game screen is called a floating point. And what a floating point is, it's just it's a non-integer. So it's not one, two, three, four, whatever. It's, 5 to the negative eighth power, right? That's how all numbers are computed in order to make these points on a graphical screen that make a 3D image. And basically the way that they made the PS2 is so that like if you times any number by one, you get that same number back. But the PS2 had things built into it where that wasn't always the case. Because if a number got too close to what would have been listed as infinity on another system, the PS2 would just pick a random number that was really, really high and say that that's the true number. And so what you ended up with was floating points that didn't actually, like if you multiplied them by one, didn't equal themselves. And so this is a huge thing in like the emulation community where they're like, we PS2 made its shit up as it went along. Anyway, the point being that when graphics are rendered on that, sometimes you will see uncanny kind of blur effects on things that don't make any sense. And then that's further exacerbated by the fact that they're all meant to be played on CRT televisions, right?
Yeah.
At 480i instead of 480p. And so I believe it's called what's the fucking word for it? Oh, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna look this up because I don't want to fuck it up.
While you're looking this up, speaking of CRTVs, Eric and I were just talking today about going back to analog, like kind of how we've been talking in the past few episodes. Like she wants a camera. Um,
Hmm.
she wants to be separate from just the way that camera phones look and all of that, and to actually focus on taking pictures and not just
Yep.
getting a snapshot.
I got I got this one that I used. I also have a fucking. I got a couple of things. I got a fucking cassette player right here,
Hell yeah.
and then which is awesome. And then this is my one I used for
Nice,
that
the little
Kobe.
pocket Nikon,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cool pics. Hell yeah.
Yep, yep. I recommend it. It's nice and it makes you like, I don't know. It's like I always have my phone on me for like two reasons or like three main reasons. And to count my steps if I'm like trying to work out or something.
To call the
For
police.
music, well, I whisper to them.
Yes.
Uh, to listen to music and then take pictures, but it's nice to have things that that can replace that, you know?
My thing
For
with the
sure.
with the camera, she's like
Does
real
she
good at
want like a real
photography.
camera?
So yeah, she wants like a Nikon D5000 or something
Oh,
similar.
cool.
Um, but like and be able to switch out the lenses and do all
Hmm.
that shit.
Like a DSLR or whatever.
Yeah. Uh, but and I've got some film cameras that if I can do a little bit of work on each of them, they work again. But it's it's kind of like what got us thinking about it was, you take pictures all the time, especially having kids, but you
Hmm.
don't ever look back at those because now you have like 20,000 of them.
Hmm.
And it's
Hmm.
like, I remember specific photos growing up because we
Me
only
too.
took
Yes.
like 20 photos a year, you know?
Yes.
Hmm.
So just forcing ourselves to limit ourselves
I
like
think a
that.
lot of people are gonna go that way too, dude.
It's happening for sure. It's
Like
a
everybody,
definitely.
everybody knows there's a problem with infinite possibilities. And so we bought a little Kodak Polaroid camera. Like you just get them at CVS or whatever.
Yeah.
But we buy rolls for that if we're going on a trip or it's Gus's birthday. They're all over the place. It's just I'm looking at some right now from the botanical gardens, but you have to pick. You have 20, right?
Yeah.
And it's a
Yeah.
roll of film that costs like 12 bucks. So the picture being damn near $1 each one, you're like, all right, what are we gonna take a picture of? The thing, by the way, is called interlacing. I thought this was fascinating. Old PlayStation 2 games would only render every other line of pixels per frame.
Hmm.
So what that means is like you just imagine there's an empty line, like a just a stripe pattern of every other pixel, and then the next frame would be the alternate lines of pixels. And so on a CRT at 480i, that looks like this kind of just that kind of like gauzy look to PlayStation games that
Yeah.
we haven't been able to find forever. It's
Mm.
because of that. And basically, you have to do a whole bunch of stuff with modding and emulation. Well, not a whole bunch of stuff. It's a thing that you can select when you get the FM's free McBoot memory card. But if you just try to emulate it straight, when characters move, everything turns blurry. And it's really hard to see.
Oh,
Like blurry and
that's
what
why it
like
looks like that. So
Hmm.
like there's tracers behind them, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, there's tracers. Yeah, because it's 480p doesn't do that. It's rendering the full pixelated image every frame.
The
So if it's
480i, it's because of all those little the way the light shines through and like a bunch of little dots
yeah, yeah,
that
it's
it's
basically
accounting for those
yeah, it's
it's
trying to
it's
it's trying
playing
to
light bright
render
with it.
yeah, yeah, it's trying to render half an image per frame as the full thing. So it looks fucking weird. And to our eyes that are seeing it at 60 frames per second, we can't exactly see, but if we could slow time down, we'd see it like blinking, like doot, 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 back and forth, which is pretty cool.
That's crazy. I want to get a CRTV, and I want a big screen, like 90s baller status.
it
But
changes how those games play. Like if you've ever, I'll get a lot of those old games on like Switch or something because they're easy, but it feels so much. They look way better on an actual CR, like PS2
They
games. I
do,
mean,
yeah.
I
And I've
was
been
so
chasing that
hyped.
dragon too.
so, sorry, Kelby, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was so hyped to play Bully on PS4. The
Hmm.
the PS2, it's
Mm.
Hmm.
not like they didn't release it. They just you can download it if you want. It's like $10, and it's like unplayable.
It doesn't feel
It-
right, right? Yeah, there's
yeah,
like something that I had this exact same thing because I had an emulator years ago, and for example, they worked on the emulation for MGS2 to make it look like the PS2 version for 13 years. That's how long it took to figure out. And this is, as a side note, this is why I love the PS2 so much. It's like an occulted, haunted machine for
Yeah.
sure. Like you're basically doing magic when you make a PS2 game. It's been perfected now, and it's how I think all game systems run. They all have vector units that handle multiple processes at the same time. But for the time, it was a brand new, strange technology, and
I
only
feel
the
like
wizards could figure it out.
PS2 to me is almost like I mean they all like I'd say everything around this time had that, but not around this time, but after the PS2 era, what generation of console was that? Like fourth or
Sixth.
fifth?
That was a
Wow.
sixth. Yeah,
Um, I feel like everything really started to look pretty similar.
it
Like,
did. Yeah.
like,
It was the last big leap.
like, yeah, like everything, like, and I also mean like if you told me, like, I feel like back then you could tell between an Xbox game and a PS2 game. Like, if you just saw a
Mm-hmm.
screenshot of each,
Hmm.
right? But then maybe you couldn't really tell a 360 game between a PS3 game as much.
Right.
I don't think so personally, but and that was really cool because that was almost like auteur video, like the system itself, like had this like distinct personality, which,
You had to learn how to work with the different
which is
systems.
really cool. And I don't
Yeah.
think that even like someone might say like Switch is that now, but I don't think I not really like certain Nintendo more. It's more Nintendo than Switch
Hmm.
because you there's multiple games you can play on Switch that are like, not you play on other things too. So that's kind of cool and I miss that.
I've seen the videos of the Switch 2 port of Cyberpunk, and it looks insane.
It's
Like
cool. It's
it's really
actually
good.
it's really good. It's as good or if not better than like the PS4. I played it.
The
It's
only
and
things that I've seen that are better are like the people with crazy PCs who play it, and they
Oh
put like
yeah,
the
but
ray tracing
that's
shit on
literally
there.
any game.
Yeah,
Dude, I
yeah.
this all makes sense now why people with PCs have always been superior to console shit. Like when they build their own, like
yeah, but
now
you're
it
paying.
makes more sense.
I've never wanted to do that because I'm like, I just want to like, I don't know.
I don't like
I'm not.
using a mouse, and
I
that's
had a
how
buddy
I
who
get you can mod a
Mm,
controller, but I didn't know you could back in the day.
I have a buddy who for a while that I haven't been in touch with him for a while, but he was updating his graphics card like every 3 or 4 months, it felt like. And he would
He
just have a
didn't
new.
he didn't update your friendship. That's why you guys haven't
Yeah,
talked.
yeah. He spent all of his time updating that NVIDIA chip. Meanwhile, what happened to hot cocoa and s'mores and watching Steven Seagal movies?
Oh,
Brian, what happened
she's
to that?
still
So, R.I.P. Chuck Norris. Have y'all
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
y'all ever been
did he die?
Chuck Norris
Yeah.
fans? Yeah, he's dead.
He
Oh, I
died?
was a huge Chuck
Yeah,
Norris fan. There was a
Bruce
kid.
Lee's son killed him.
Yep. There was a
What?
he came back from the dead to kill him.
Oh.
I thought he had a live son. Does he not?
Probably. But I had a friend who was like super molested in school,
By Chuck
By
right?
Chuck?
Norris?
Yeah.
No, no,
Damn,
no, no. He was just molested and he would make up stories about his dad and how cool his dad was. And
Ah, sad.
he was like he told us a story at the table and he would dress kind of like a greaser, but like he said that one day Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee both walked into the dojo where his dad was training and his dad took them both on and just like with a straight face kind of
what a
shit.
fucking
But
liar!
but here's what's crazy, bro. What if that's real, right?
You know,
You couldn't tell that. That's one of those stories that if it's real, like there's
so
apocryphal stories of like Keanu Reeves walking up to somebody and just like grabbing their sandwich and taking a bite and saying nobody's going to believe you.
my cousin beat Chuck Norris's ass, and that's like a real story. But like y'all
See, but
don't
I
have to
automatically don't
believe
believe
me.
you.
I
You know what
mean,
I mean?
I know you don't. That's really why I
Yeah.
don't tell that story because,
Yeah,
but
because it's
they,
one of those things that could happen that's real. By the
and
way,
it's real simple because
I
they knew
actually
each
do
other,
believe you.
like they worked
But
with each other.
right, and I'm the person who does believe that kind of thing. But like there are some where
What's it
you
gonna
can
hurt to believe you? That's fun. It's more fun to believe a crazy story like that.
I
Like it's more
believe that
fun.
Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee molested your friend. I do
yeah.
believe that
Oh,
story.
and they did it, and they were actually some of the first people to use um like e-molestation. Like they did it on the
hmm
computer first, and
Yeah, Bruce
that
Lee emailed
He
him
pressed
pictures
Shift
of his
K to
dick,
tickle.
sexually.
and then the guy printed
Yeah.
it out, but it was in like ASCII text. So it was like Bruce Lee's dick in ASCII text, and then he like tried to put the whole piece of paper in his mouth, and you know.
Bro, we watched
That's too
Zach and
fucked
Mary
up.
make a porno last
Bro,
night.
that's a great movie. That's a Pittsburgh movie.
It is. I was
I saw
thinking
that movie
about
in
Nikki.
theaters.
Yeah,
That movie's
the movie's
awesome.
so great. It's
Yeah.
unavailable. I bought it. Erica was like, "Did you just buy Zack and Mary Make a Porno?" I was like, "Yes, we can't find it fucking anywhere."
I went to that mall recently, the Monroeville Mall. It's so unchanged. And it's in the movie, right? Or do they just talk about
Yeah,
it?
it's
It's
in
in
the
it, right? Yeah.
they don't
No, I think
no, they do go into it. Him and
yeah, they do, because that's where they're like the Monrovers or like the something that they're like the hockey team. That's their like hockey team, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to when he's trying to convince what's his name? The big black dude who was in a bunch of those comedies with him. Uh
Who was in the office?
he was in
No.
the yeah, he was in the office. He was
Yeah,
the
what's his
warehouse
name? And he
dude.
was in Hot Tub Time Machine. Craig
Yeah.
Ferguson?
Yes.
Roy
Craig
Orbison.
Roy
Roy
Orbison.
Orbison, yeah.
When he's trying to
Famously
convince Roy
black Roy
Orbison
Orbison.
to
hmm
payroll the production. Nah, but like that whole movie's full of those kind of jokes where it's just like um the like you can tell they're making it up on the spot and they're
hmm
just
That was
like
peak. That was the peak. It was like that movie and Observe and Report was another one that came out around that time.
yeah.
Y'all
That
remember
might
that?
be, you know what I always forget is that Kevin Smith directed that.
Yeah.
I think it's my
And
favorite
that's
Kevin Smith
yeah,
movie.
it's very unlike, I don't know. I was
Mine is
maybe
Dogma. I like Dogma.
Dogma, yeah,
Dogma's
Dogma's my
great.
favorite too.
So is OG Clerks, but
hmm Yeah.
Dogma genuinely scared me a lot as a kid. Like for real. I something about the tone of it I always felt really dark. It was really like the
People hyped
biblical
up
shit.
like Chasing Amy, but I didn't like that movie that
Because
much.
you
I
don't
hate
like
that movie.
lesbians.
Yeah, I didn't people are like, "Oh man, this movie's devastating." And it's because he finds out that his this lesbian that he's in love with got double teamed by these two dudes, and I was like, I don't get it. Like, why is that?
Yeah. How's that
Bro, look,
devastating if you're a loser or
Yeah.
what?
dude,
You just stop
Kevin,
fucking with her. Duh.
I watched one of his last movies. It was just like on TV. It's called The 430 Movie, and it felt like straight up like AI had made it. It was crazy. It was like
Kevin
I
Smith
wa
is one of those guys where it's like that, it's scary, man. Like, because you can come out
I
the
know,
gate hot and
I
then
know.
you can just, I really do think, no disrespect to Kevin Smith, the GOAT, but like, I really do think like he only had a few ideas and then he should have probably stopped
Although
after those
But
Tusk
ideas.
is a
Tusk is
strange
I
It's
like Tusk
weird,
a
movie. I
yeah.
like
lot.
Tusk.
But have you ever watched the sequel? That is like one of the
Yoga
worst,
Hosers.
bro. That I tried watching it because I like Tusk so much, and holy shit, it's one of the worst movies I've ever
Erica
seen.
made me turn it off because she was like, "This is making me sick. How awful it is."
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
got all the like weird over the top like effects, right? Am I remembering that right? Like screen of like text, weird text shit
There
I didn't
going
was
see it.
on.
there was a lot of weird shit to the way it looked. Like it was literally making her physically ill. She was like, "I
Yeah,
Hmm.
turned
yeah.
this off."
Yeah. I'm
Did you
trying to
guys
think
watch
of them.
Clerks 3? I didn't literally didn't even
No.
know that exists. I'm
I
looking
haven't
at his
seen it yet.
No,
filmography.
but I loved Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. That
Jay and
Yeah.
was
Silent
that
Bob
was great.
Strike Back. I am the Click Commander.
It was
Yeah, that
cool to
movie's
see.
funny as fuck.
Honestly, I'd say up to like damn, wow. I didn't realize yeah, up to
He
Zach and Miri made a porno. They're all good.
when he
And then
goes
it's like,
down
but
on the
it's
nun who picks
super.
him up
But
on
then when
the
it
Yeah,
it
yeah,
goes
yeah.
down hard because his movie after Zach and Miri make a porno is called Cop Out, which is like looks like ride along vibes. Like like that type of movie.
Oh
It's
wait,
like
I'm
a
fucked up. He did do a really good one. Red State was really good.
I never saw that.
Red State was
R-
pretty tight.
Red State was good. Um, and scary. I'm like
Actually,
claustrophobic, so the fact that they wrap people in like saran wrap and then light them on fire,
Yeah, it
like,
really freaked me out.
yeah, it's really freaky, dude. And John Goodman's in it, and he's great. And
and he
so,
plays
yeah.
like the bad guy, right?
It's like
Bro,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm pissed off? They should have never gave John Guzman Ozempic. I might have already talked about this, but
oh
he's the
man,
worst casualty to me. Like the Ozempic epidemic, like really they fucked up. They
Jelly
fucked
Roll
up.
is heading that way right now.
Oh, he looks wild. You can't be a fat ass rapper and then name Jelly Roll and then go back on it. Like that's so fucked up.
Yeah, no
Whatever.
takesy backsies.
Literally, like
You can't
he's
be
gonna
an
go be
Indian
like
giver on your name. Come on now.
literally he's gonna be he should call himself I
Now,
ate the jelly roll.
now he has to call himself Flappy
Celery
Jack
stick.
because
Oh yeah,
he's got all
what
that loose
flat or
skin.
diet jelly roll.
Diet
Yeah,
Jelly
Sugar-free
do
Roll.
jelly
that.
roll.
Yeah, Jelly Roll Zero.
Jelly roll zero. That'd be kind of hard actually. Jelly roll zero. Bro, I've been addicted to I never drink soda. I've been drinking soda regularly since I was in high school because I met this sugar salesman and he told me the truth. And
Hmm.
then I've been really addicted to Diet Dr. Pepper this week, bro.
Yeah, I
Bro.
don't like Diet Dr. Pepper at
I
all.
don't
So
either. I don't either, but I drank four yesterday and I was like, what the fuck?
it's probably chemtrails, dude. They sprayed you, and now that's just like
Nah,
where you're at now.
I gotta go get a like blood transfusion and get it.
You do, yeah. Saline first. Try the saline option first, but if not, then you got to do the blood, which sucks, but you get over it.
They're gonna take it anyway.
So tell me more about Salem's like emulation shit.
Oh,
Like what all has
it's
she done?
dope. I'll have her come on and talk about it too. But we were playing. I went to her house last week and she showed me the Wii, and mostly she got it for GameCube games more because it's apparently pretty easy to mod GameCube games on the Wii. And I don't know
Makes
anything
sense.
about it technically, but we were playing like modded whatever version of Mario Kart was for the GameCube. Which
Well,
one was
it's I
that?
mean the so I don't know, but the modding, the emulation part is it can be pretty simple or it can be really difficult depending on
Yeah,
how into it you want to get. I mean, basically you need that free McBoot memory card, right?
right.
So like you buy a memory card that has all this shit that you can, do, and then you just buy a terabyte SD card, and then you go online and download a bunch of games, and you put that in where the old, not hard drive. No, it's right where that PlayStation 1 chip used to
Mm,
be, right? You just plug it in there, and then you just have the games and you can just access them and play them that way. So,
See, well, yeah, which is awesome, and you can
which is super
basically get
cool.
anything you want
But you can do
ever.
anything. Like you can like I watched a video of a guy who like he took a PlayStation 2 that he had and he built in he took the motherboard out. He built a new case for it with a 3D printer. He like soldered a bunch of shit onto it so that he could have like it could work with HDMI and that it could be like high resolution type shit.
Mm,
He also soldered it so that, it could plug in with USB-C. And I mean, it was a really cool it's a 20-minute video that I'll send you guys. It's pretty
yeah.
fucking cool because he also did like for the case, he took like this pieces of walnut and like used the
Mm,
CNC machine to like make
that's sick.
the exhaust port for the fan is like this walnut that he put like stain on, and then for the
Yeah.
PS2 he used like epoxy to like mix colors and put them into the grooves cut by the CNC machine, and so it looks fucking cool. Like you can see the
Is that what
motherboard.
you're gonna try to do?
I don't think I'm gonna get that into it, but because like even he was like this was insane. Like he was measuring things out to like the millimeter, and then
Yeah.
he had to get a whole new 3D printer because you need
It,
270
it
millimeters
fucked
to
up.
yeah, you need 270 millimeters to print the frame for the motherboard, and his only had 250, so he had to get a 300 to make it work.
What
But and he needed like
sorry, go ahead.
he needed like a crazy like microscope screen to like actually solder the things that he needed.
Mm,
But like yeah, so
that
I don't know if I'm
sounds
gonna get that into it,
past the
but
point of enjoyment. It's for
yeah.
me personally. Dude, what games are you most excited to play on it? Like actually,
Well, Metal Gear 2 for sure. That's the big one. Like
yeah?
I want to play Metal Gear 2 the way I remember it looking, and no emulator.
Is that the one they just remade too, also? Or no?
Yeah, 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 but I want to play it. There's that there's that high that we've been chasing again that comes from the fact that the PS2 was, running these three systems at the same time, and that its floating points were off in really weird ways that created this kind of like uncanny, blurry almost look
Mm.
that PCs just can't rep because a PC is going to make it snap to whatever makes the most logical sense, and it's just not going to look right. But yeah, I miss that. I miss that feeling of like the of the PS2 and the PS1.
So PS2s are going for like just
120
150
bucks?
to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
250. I guess this one's like
I
kind of modded out itself a little
There's
bit.
one you
This
can
is my
get.
setup. I got the Xbox. This is the OG, the old TV
Yo,
edition.
Look at that.
yo, that shit is dope.
It's a little fucked up. I need to get new
Yeah, why is it glitching
uh
like that? What is that
just because
about?
the these are fucked up.
The
Okay.
the RC the
Yeah, I just need to get new cables, and then it goes away after a little bit. But it's
Yeah.
honestly so. This is like my
That's
little like
like
game room,
what you
and
have
it's
is exactly that's exactly what I want, but for a
yeah.
PlayStation 2.
I have a PlayStation 2, but Tatum's fixing it for me. She gives it me, but it's kind of fucked up right now. But it's playing like San Andreas or any of these games that
Yeah,
came out on these systems. It's so fun, dude. It's just
that
sitting
glitch
in
would
here
drive me
like
fucking
this.
crazy though.
Yeah, yeah. It goes away after you play it for like 20 minutes. It's fine. But
Yeah.
I need to get them. But yeah, bro, you should get one.
Yeah, no, I want to get one, and I want to get an SD card with like
You can find these TVs, also recommendation, usually free on Facebook Marketplace because people just want you to pick it up because
yeah,
they
they
don't
want to
want
get
to
rid of
fucking
it.
deal with
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
holy
exactly.
shit. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can
Yeah.
get a CRT with like but yeah, I really I've been having fun with my Rogue Ally. I like that a lot. But
What's
again,
that? Oh,
it's
that's sick.
it's like the
The
little
the
it's
Xbox
yeah, it's Xbox
kind of
affiliated. It's basically a little PC. It's like a Steam Deck, but
sick.
yeah.
Mm.
Um but I want to have like that old school gaming thing. It's tough though, because like That's why you really want to get the SD card and mod it in that way, where you don't need to
Yeah.
use discs because like those lasers have like a 20 to 40 year shelf life, and we're 25 years since the PS2 came out. So
Yeah, you don't want to use this really if you can
there's all
avoid
kinds of
it.
crazy ways that people used to like with this memory card, you basically can play region free on it. You can play whatever, but people used to have crazy hacks for it where there was like a disc that they would put in and they would start it up and then they'd open the case and take that disc out and put their Japanese disc in and it would play
I
it.
remember shit. I knew people who do
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's easier now. Like for my book, I wanted the guy's journey to emulate this fake game to be like much more intense. But after my research, I was like, oh, he's just has to have a memory card with this shit on it. It's not that sexy, but there's a lot about it that is really cool. And so yeah,
You could make some shit up and make it complicated though.
I could, yeah.
That'd be
I'm
cool.
leaning more into like the occulted nature of the PS2 because I actually do think that it's the best-selling console of all time. It sold
And to this day, right?
155 to this day, 155
That's
million
awesome.
units. You know why it sold so much? It's really
Yeah.
interesting. It was when it came
The
out,
DVD, is it the DVD player thing?
when
Yeah,
it came
I did
out,
knew that.
it was cheaper than a DVD player and it played DVDs.
That's crazy to me.
It
That
didn't
is
play them
fascinating.
well. It didn't play them well. It was a
No, it
shitty
was always
DVD
a
player.
pain in the ass to watch
Yeah.
DVDs on the
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Honestly, to this day, it's still kind of annoying because I only like Blu-ray or DVD player I have is my PS4, and I always fucking like skip ahead because I'll like hit the controller in like the wrong way or something, like bump it, and it just always skips like it's so annoying, but
Yeah.
it you know.
But yeah, that's the main reason why it was such a bestseller. But it was also a bestseller, I think, because I think it's magic. I think it's kind of occulted. And I think it's one of those ones where with Xbox and GameCube, you can explain to me how those games were made and it makes sense. And I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm not stupid either. But so I understand how those games were made. And then with PS2, it's one of those ones where I always get like this close to getting it, but then I'm like, and this piece of technology just dropped on the public. And PlayStation didn't even, again, going back to that Shinji Mikami thing, he said when the PlayStation 1 came out, they had a whole library of things that you could use to make your games, and PS2 dropped with no library. So the people who made Jack and Daxter had to make up their own language and their
Great
own
game.
shit to make this shit work. Like Jack and Daxter, I think was the first one that if I don't know if it came out before or after MGS2, but it was one of those two where they figured shit out. And I love that. This idea that this new piece of technology is out and
Do
everybody hates it.
do
I
you
don't know
think
if
you
you were
could feel
alive.
that
What?
in the like? Do you think you can feel that in the like the
You can
experimentation and like the
a hundred
gameplay and like
percent.
storytelling and stuff?
100%. Like, I don't know if you were alive. How old are you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you were alive, but you were a baby.
Yeah.
But when I was like, I looked forward to the PS2 for so long, and I remember the like 2 year. We have think pieces now and things that go viral, but in like all the like the Electronic Gaming Monthly, every month there was a thing about like, was the PS2 overhyped? Like the
Really?
graphics are just not as good. People were fucking pissed, and I was following this because I was like, I got the PS2.
I feel like so much if it still holds up to this day, bro.
But it
Mm.
wasn't overhyped. It's just nobody knew how to use it.
Like the people making games.
Yeah, to make games,
Mm,
basically.
yeah.
Like nobody knew how to do it. And if you tried to just do a direct port from Xbox to PS2, it's gonna look like shit.
That's
And then
why
they eventually got the
there's
hang of it, you
there was
think?
a lot of shit that you could tell they cut corner, like they didn't want to learn it. And the shit that was on PS2 and also on GameCube and also on Xbox, you're gambling if it's gonna look good on PS2 or not.
Exactly.
Mm.
And then everything flipped, and the port against Silent Hill 2 and MGS2, they all looked a little, they didn't look bad, but they didn't look as good on Xbox, right? And that was when people had started to figure it out. And it's so funny because, again, Now this is just how games are made,
Yeah.
right? Of course you would distribute the workload of what's going on between different vector units and your main CPU like that or your main RAM rather. Like that just makes sense. But back then the idea was like just fucking force it, just fucking just throw it all at it. Like we'll figure out how to do it.
Just
But
force it.
yeah, just
Just
force it.
scramble them eggs.
Scramble the eggs.
What
But, huh?
what's some of your what's some what are there any like games you're excited to play that have maybe been like hard to find or something that you know what I mean?
Well, that's what my book is about. Like this book that I'm been like obsessively
Oh
writing.
yeah.
It's about a fake game, right?
Cool.
And so I've become kind of interested in like hard to find games. The biggest
Yeah.
one for me actually isn't on the PS2, even though I've been talking crazy about it. But I really want to find Panzer Dragoon Saga for
What's it called?
Panzer Dragoon Saga. It came out for Sega Saturn. So I had Panzer Dragoon 2, but Panzer Dragoon Saga was like really rare. And I never got a hold of it when it was out.
I remember this
And
cover.
that's the game I really want to. I never played it. I've never.
Never. It's an
There's no
RPG.
yeah. There's no nostalgia about it for me. I have a copy of another rare game that I found out is it's worth about 160 bucks if I was going to sell it. But it's called Shining the Holy Ark.
Oh shit, this is expensive as hell.
Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's
It
it's no
looks like a
fucking joke.
Star Fox. Is it? It's like a flying game.
Kinda, yeah. But there's dragons and shit in it too. So
Oh, I thought you were calling it Panther. Like you pull people's
Panzer,
pants down.
Panzer, like the
Pants
And
tank.
I was like,
Pantser
that makes
Saga.
sense.
Yeah, I want to play this game where you go around pants and people.
It's like that's
Panzer
a video
Dragons.
game right
Yeah, for
there.
sure, for sure. But
That
let me
that
look up some
damn.
games. I can't think of any PS2 off the top of my head, but I'm looking up rare PS2 games.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm sure
curious.
at some point I've seen,
You
oh,
Fuck,
know which
no
one
way.
is
five
rare,
Dude,
but
thousand dollars.
dude.
what?
What are you looking at
Panzer Dragoon Saga.
yeah, it's that rare. I mean, $5,000 is also the
Four
cost of
four
the
hundred for just the disc, bro.
there's a thing you can buy for 4,200 was the lowest I saw it, which is it's called a PS2 DT one zeros and like six zeros after it, but it's like the developmental version
Mm,
of the PS2, like what they would write the games on. And yeah, that goes for I cannot believe this, but it just said that the most expensive and rarest PS2 games, Kuon, is
dude,
$1,500. I used to see that game
I
everywhere,
know.
dude.
Salem told me, and whenever she was in like middle school or high school, she
Kuon's like the one with like
had
the
the
little
cho
cat guy, right? Like he's like a little.
No, I think that's the I thought Kuon was like
Let me look it up.
where it's like a horror one.
It looks like The
It
Ring,
is a horror
kind of.
Yeah.
game, yeah. Okay, I'm thinking of like this where there was like this little raccoon dude. I thought that, but yeah,
Bro, and you
okay.
know who made it? It's It's a From soft game.
No way. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, so this just jumped to like the top of my list of what I would want to play, right?
Bro, you know what another really amazing From Soft PS2 game is Evergrace. You know,
Evergrace. Okay.
really cool
Were you
RPG.
thinking of this?
Hold on. I'm looking at my browser. Hold on. Yeah. What is that?
Yeah,
What? Sly
Sly.
Cooper's awesome. You never
Yeah,
played
Sly
this?
Cooper.
Why did I think that was the Kuon game? And how did you
Oh,
know?
Sly.
Because Kuon sounds like Coon, and you thought this game was called Coon.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Bro,
I did. Damn, dude, that's some really good Columbo style deductive reasoning. That's 100% what I was thinking it was. Oh man. So I guess I didn't see Kuon everywhere, but apparently some other really rare ones are Hat Quarantine. I 100% remember that. Uh,
quarantine, like
y-
you have to keep your hat in a room.
no,
You
Hack.
have to.
Um, so
Just kidding.
apparently Futurama was is a very limited game, but I'm not
50
interested
Cent
in that.
Bulletproof is real limited. I loved that
I
game.
played that game. I played that game so many times.
I watched a video about a 50 Cent video game on the PS3 the other day that looked really fucking funny where he just like it has the craziest plot. He gets invited to do this concert in the Middle East, and they don't pay him. So instead, the people who set up the concert give him like a priceless gem infused skull. But then these other people take it from him, and then the whole game is him going, "Where's my skull, bitch?" And he's like, it's like an straight up action game, and it looked so crazy.
I'd play
But
So
that.
another really rare one is called Rule of Rose, a 2006
yeah.
survival horror game for the PS2 developed by Punchline. Set in 1930s Britain, the story follows Jennifer, a 19-year-old girl trapped in a world dominated by the red crayon aristocrats, a social hierarchy of young girls who enforce cruel rituals. The game is renowned for its psychological horror elements, atmospheric narrative, and the presence of a loyal canine companion named Brown, who aids the player in finding items. However, it is also infamous for the controversy surrounding its release, including rumors of obscene content that led to a ban in the UK, despite the Video Standards Council dismissing the complaints as nonsense. Physical copies of the games have become highly sought after collector's items, with pre-owned versions ranging from $300 to $800, while sealed or graded copies can sell for over 1,000 to 3,000.
The
Despite
sealed
receiving,
copy is $20,000.
What?
yeah, they're just on eBay. They're just throwing
Oh,
that
I'm
shit
about
out,
to
bro.
buy it. You can make payments through Klarna. Here we
Oh
go. I'm
no, yeah, no
adding.
problem.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Honestly,
12,
worth
12
All
it.
months,
right.
0% interest. Yeah, let's go.
I own Rule of Rose now.
Sealed. I've never heard of Rule of Rose, but hold on. Let's see what are some other ones. Haunting Ground, Capcom's cult classic Clock Tower successor, sold poorly during its initial run, meaning very few
Mm.
copies were ever produced. Silent Hill Shattered Memories, Future. Well, that came out on the Wii though, so it's just rare on the PS2. Um,
This looks like a David game God Hand. Have you heard of
I
this?
have heard of God Hand. Yeah, that's like a brawler. Like it's got like on the cover, it's got like a dude getting punched in the face, right? With
Yeah.
a mohawk or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
like
Oh,
yeah,
a
yeah.
tribal tattoo, a very like early
Yeah,
2000s
yeah.
tribal hand tattoo.
I do
That's a
want to
good
play God
name.
Hand. Yeah, I do want to play that for sure. Um, but yeah, man, I mean like all this shit, like something with the
I,
book I'm writing is
Silent Hill 3
like
also is pretty expensive for the,
yeah.
but you can, it's not that crazy. You can find an out of disc for like, I got it.
Let's see what the rarest games are. Rarest games of all time.
This looks weird. Have you ever heard of Echo Night Beyond?
Of course. Yeah.
Really?
I
I've never
think
heard. This
I
looks
think
cool.
I think I might have had that. Hold on. Echo Night
I feel like
Beyond.
space horror games are a bit underrated because like Dead Space is awesome. Have
I
you all played
love
that?
Dead Space. Dead
Same,
Space
bro.
goes hard.
It's fucking impossible to play unless you have a PS5 or PS3 because I mean PS5 you have like the can play the remake or a PS3 you can play the OG ones, but you can't really play them anywhere else, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah,
So this is
PS3
a
is like a black hole for all of
Dude,
the. You have to
PS3
have
is
a
a w
PS3 to play that shit.
no.
so the rarest games for the Sega Saturn with the largest 4-year value growth. The first one is Sega Ages. The next one is called Three Dirty Dwarves.
That's us.
North
That's
Norse by Northwest, Burning Rangers, and then the
Wait,
original.
Northwest made a video game?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's called, and then the original Resident Evil on Saturn. I have a real soft spot
Have
for
a
the Sega
Saturn.
Saturn. That was my first system,
Wait, Saturn is like the one after. Okay.
dude.
No,
Again,
I have a Genesis.
this one coming up, like Panzer Dragoon Saga is 550 to $2,000,
That's a
2,500
funny ass
sealed.
name. I keep hearing you say Panther, and I'm like, this is a freaky ass game, bro.
Burning Rangers, that looks cool. I don't even recognize this. What is this? Magic Knight Ray Earth? Mm-mm. No recollection. Sega Ages, no recollection.
You know what? I remember playing Three Dirty Dwarves.
Really?
I had a friend who had a Sega. whatever the fuck Saturn. Yeah.
The House of the
Yeah.
Dead is up there. You can get 900 bucks for the House of the Dead if you got that shit.
Dad, what's that? Is that the Yule Ball movie?
No, well, yeah, it's based on the shooter game. It was an arcade game that got ported to consoles.
Right.
Um,
That always seemed weird to me to do that, to put a arcade game onto a
no fucking
console.
way. Saturn Bomberman is going for 600 bucks. I literally have this in my garage right now. I used to play
Really?
this shit all the time. Yeah, I have
Would
a
you sell
valuable
it?
game.
Bro, you could make $600.
Nah, I'm good. I'll keep it.
That's like all this shit from
It's
Erica and
chump
I.
change.
We
Herc's
do
Adventures. I have that in my garage too. It's 400 bucks.
What is it?
you're sitting on a gold mine.
Herc's Adventures. Yeah, I've literally got $1,000 worth of games in my garage right now.
You know
Uh,
what's funny is that actually doesn't sound like a lot of money. I'm like,
no,
yeah,
yeah.
just hold hang on to them. Why would you sell that?
Yeah,
Yeah, why would you
yeah.
sell that shit? Original Resident Evil Shining the Holy Ark is going for 350. So I got that one too. I could never get past the first dungeon in that game. I couldn't figure that shit out for the life
What's
of me.
what's it called?
Shining, like you're shining
Mm,
a light on someone.
mm.
Shining the Holy Ark.
A bad name,
It's
but
a
a
cool
cool
name, yeah.
name. It's a cool name, but it's like
It doesn't make any sense. It's like a
But
mistranslation, is what it
that's what I
I
like
feel
about
like
Japanese
yeah.
titles is
yeah,
that they
true.
don't make
I feel like
sense.
I feel like video games when they have kind of long, strange titles like that, I like less than when like a book does for some
Mhm.
reason. Like I feel like that's a better. I would like that more if that was a book, but for some reason, that
That's
being
what
a
I was
video
trying to
game
find with my new book. I was
makes
like,
me
what?
feel freaked out.
It's
No
like
good.
what feels like a Japanese game. So I settled on Nocturne Repeater. I feel like that
But
feels like an old game.
yeah, that does definitely sound like an old game. You know,
Hmm.
it gives me the same vibe as that game we were talking about a couple weeks back. Crow County Country, Country.
Crow Country, yep.
Yeah, which has like that. I feel like those sound similar in
Yeah.
a way.
That
Maybe
game
it's
is
because I
dope,
already
by the
played
way.
it. It is dope. I played it a little bit. It's cool.
You play
It's
kind of like
weird.
a fat trans girl in that or something, I think.
So this is like David playing yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Um,
Exactly. Let's
oh,
see.
sorry, I didn't mean to tell
Oh, there's a
everyone
game
before you made
called
the announcement.
That's okay. Swag Man.
Putting
I
your dick in
never
your own butt does not make you trans.
I never saw this in real life, but I remember the ads for this game.
Swagman, that's also you, bro.
Look up Swag Man.
Swag
Man,
man.
This cover is insanely awesome.
Oh hell yes.
Swag Man,
oh, that
bro.
looks fucking scary. That's not what I was expecting,
Yeah. He kind of looks like
dude.
Terrifier, right?
Yeah, he does. What is the
Yeah.
game like?
Let's see. Swagman is a top-down Zelda-like adventure game with some dream world meets horror theme in the style of Nights into Dream. Did you ever
Bro,
play Nights into Dreams?
Knights is awesome. Knights
It's
is
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
is
a
it
great game.
what? Well, I love the soundtrack. It's one of my favorite video game
Yeah.
soundtracks ever.
Yeah.
It's so
No,
good.
it's a
But
phenomenal game.
I want to like it more than I do because I wish it was a little more like less. I wish it was more like Sonic and where it was like Sonic but flying, but it's way more
It's
like time
slow.
trialed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's way more like I feel like it was made for like people who love to do like speed runs and
I
shit.
remember
you
I
play
had
a
Nights
kid
into
with
Dreams.
sideshow Bob hair.
Yeah. I had Nights into Dreams and I remember that game. If I played it too long, it would make me nauseous.
Yeah, I know it. I was disappointed because it's not what I was expecting. It's an awesome game, but I don't really like the sort of like you have to do all these objectives in a you know what I mean? I want it to be more like complete these levels and have fun like Sonic.
But yeah, that's Panzer Dragoon Saga. I, I I keep seeing it pop up and I'm like, God damn it, I want to play that. I've always wanted to play that because that was
Have you
like a
played the
rare
other
game.
Dragoon games?
Yeah, I had Panzer Dragoon 2, um, which was fun, but I always would see Saga and I always kept an eye out for it. And it's a game that I don't think I ever saw like in real life. Like that's how rare that shit was.
What is the rarest game you've ever seen in real life? Or rare as anything, book, movie, you know what I mean? To have seen. I
The
saw
rarest thing. I don't know,
that,
bro.
but you know that was cool to you. The coolest thing I saw, and I wish I would have bought it, but it was like 350. I didn't really have the money. Was that really sick cover of Scanner Darkly? If you've, it's like just it's very like abstract
Mm-hmm.
looking. It just has the like kind of I think they're like cameras, uh, but it's like a it's basically just like a I don't know abstract
Yeah, it would have to be
painting.
books for me. Like it would be like I think I saw like a first edition Blood Meridian or something. Like it would be something like that. I don't know if that's exactly what I saw, but
That's a bad question, but you know what I mean. Like
well,
Uh, I own a first edition Naked Lunch. I own
that's
that's
cool.
super
That's
tight.
very cool.
the Dick Gregory N-word book. I own the first edition of that. Um,
Hmm.
uh, yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, dudes, shifting the conversation slightly. I played
Yeah.
I almost finished. I stayed up till like almost 4 in the morning last night playing Silent Hill
Silent Hill
F.
F.
Oh, what do
It's
you, bro? What did you
sick,
think?
dude. It's fucking
Ah,
incredible. It's so
I need
great.
to, yeah, I need to hear all your opinions on this actually. Like
It's so good.
my cousin who's a lot like us, very similar, loves all those games, very similar type of media. He hated it, and I was really surprised by that. So I want to hear.
What were his reasons for hating it?
He really hated the combat
Yeah.
and thought that the story was just a little lackluster, like for what it was. And
Right, right, right.
he loves Silent Hill though. That's like he really liked the remake too, and
Hmm.
it's like his favorite game series. But he said that it just like it felt a little limp to him. Like it just didn't.
Yeah,
He
I
said
couldn't
if
disagree
it what
more.
he said he
Yeah.
would have liked it a lot more if it was not silent called Silent Hill.
Yeah,
Which
no, no, I couldn't disagree more. I think it
yeah, no,
absolutely feels like a Silent Hill game.
cool.
I mean,
That
it's got
he
Akira
I like.
Yamaoka comes back for the music, so it's all like that style of music. And it deals, again, I haven't gotten to the end of the game. I have like 30% left, but it all deals with like the transition from childhood to adulthood and like
Yeah.
losing friends and shit like that. Um,
Before you continue, did you play that weird one they released like a year or two ago called the Short Passage?
no, no, I
That's
didn't play
like
that.
free for that looked interesting, kind of, but it looked kind of some of the Silent Hill game I've noticed like can like the you know how we all kind of like the lost in translation quality a lot of like Japanese media has or like I do like
Yeah,
you know that
yeah,
create and I feel like sometimes that can like backfire really hard because this game was all about like bullying and oh my God it was so heavy-handed from the videos I
right.
watched and I feel
And this
like
is the complete opposite. This is like
okay
super
yeah
subtle and quiet, and like
yeah
it
that's
doesn't, it's very restrained and doesn't give you very much. Um,
does it
but I would
connect
actually, I would, it doesn't. It's a standalone. It has nothing
oh
to do with
yeah
any of the
that's
other
what
Silent Hill games.
that's what I was like, damn, I hope with this new era they go in that sort of like anthology and do all sorts of crazy things, but you know, as long as you're keeping with like the themes and the vibe, who
Right.
cares?
The vibe is on point. And Silent Hill is a town, a fog rolls into town, and people's deepest psychological problems manifest as monsters.
Yeah. It doesn't
That's what
matter
Silent Hill
where.
is.
It's not a real location.
Yeah, so this takes place in the 1960s in Japan,
Cool.
and the beginning part of it, I think, is actually the scariest part of it because you don't have a weapon yet, and so you have to run. And they do this really clever thing where you're in these really tight alleys and running along aqueducts and stuff, and you have
Cool.
to really kind of think about how you get away from these creatures. And then you get a weapon, and the game does change. It's the most action-oriented Silent Hill that I've ever played that actually has like a
Really?
combat system. Yeah, yeah. And
But
your
you don't have
cousin,
like guns, right?
no, it's all melee weapons, but
Cool.
like I'm at the point now where I have a sledgehammer
Yeah.
and the weapons break, like in Silent Hill, obviously, right? But you can get toolkits that keep them up to date. So I have a sledgehammer, a crowbar, and a steel pipe right now, and I love the combat. Um, I like the fact that some like their ability to put you in these situations where you're in like close quarters with these things that can fuck you up, but they
Yeah.
also have kind of taken a page from Dark Souls where you can go into what's called a focus mode, where if you're in focus mode, you can see a projection of when they're going to attack and do a counterattack that really damages them. But the longer you're in focus mode, the more susceptible you are to losing your sanity meter. And once your sanity meter goes away, you start to lose health from the scary shit that was protected by that sanity meter. It's a really well balanced.
Interesting.
The word that comes to mind with this game, everything about it is extremely well balanced. Like the combat and the puzzles,
Do
and
you like the
then
story?
I do like the story. Yeah. I mean, it's not like where I would put it on like the I would put it right under the original Silent Hill 2. I think it's better than the original Silent
Okay.
Hill 1 and 3, which are both games that I love, but I really do think it's a phenomenal. They just especially like the puzzles are so good because they tickled my brain a little bit and took me some time to figure out, but they're not frustratingly obtuse, and the action is great and the graphics are just incredible. Like
Yeah, the
it's
graphics looked amazing.
one of the best looking games I've ever played for sure. But it's like that and Death Stranding 2, I think are the two
Um,
best looking games that I've played.
have you played the new Resident Evil?
No, that looks I mean I know that's going to be up there, but here's the thing about these new games is that I waited
Yeah.
6 months on Silent Hill F and it went down to like $30 and I bought it. And so
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing with RE Requiem. I'm like, I'm gonna wait until it's like 30, $40 and then I
No,
will
that
100%
makes
buy it.
total sense. Yeah.
But like, because I'm not paying $70 for a game
Yeah, it seems
just to
crazy.
be up with the zeitgeist or whatever. If you wait just a little bit, it will go on sale. But everything I've seen from Requiem looks incredible, and I'm sure that's. But right now in March, and I've played a bunch of games. This
Yeah,
is
bro,
like
let's hear it.
a
Your
big
game
gaming year for
diary.
me. Yeah, my game diary. But Silent Hill F is 100% the best game I played this year so far. Um,
Really?
hmm But I've played,
Before you go, do you find it be scary? Is it actually,
yeah,
yeah? The
yeah, it's
monsters,
got,
some of the monster, yeah, what do you think of the monster design? Some of them
so,
looked fucking really cool.
yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be right, like 3 seconds. I'll be right back.
So, Kelby,
Was good.
where you, bro?
Okay, so
Doing
with
good.
like the monster,
Justin to having a fat neck. So Justin, it's affecting my voice. That's
Back.
you have a
why,
fat neck.
yeah, gaining weight in the neck.
I've always
Uh,
said that about you. I always said,
Yeah,
Kelby, your
bro,
neck is insane.
he's
Looks like you got
taking,
an airline pillow on the whole time. Like just,
he's taking neck injections.
yeah, just taking neck injections.
yeah, taking neck pick. Ozemp neck.
Oh, Ozempic. Yep.
Ozemnic. Kelby's got Ozemnic. I
So
don't
I'll give you.
understand how you two can talk to each other when Kelby has Ozemnic.
Oh, right. Yeah. How could we be friends? Doesn't make
It's
sense.
really fucking disturbing, but
hmm
continue.
hmm So the thing about Silent Hill with its bad guys is that it's always like this subtle thing that is kind of sexual that like puts you off. Like in Silent Hill 2, it's all like the whole game is about a guy who's sexually frustrated, and so everything, all the monsters that appear before him are
Yeah,
sexual in some way.
yeah.
And the same thing with Silent Hill 3, it's obviously a molestation
No,
thing. There's a bunch of dick monsters and shit
that's
like
why
that.
people were pissed off in the movie that Pyramid Head was in the first one because it
hmm
wasn't like it didn't make sense.
Right, because it's not a character that exists outside of James
Yeah,
and his ability to. But there's a so basically there's a character who's like a friend of the main character who dies very early on. Like she's the first one who dies. And the whole game basically goes back and forth between the town that you're in and then like this kind of other world where you're led around by a dude in a fox mask to kind of like kill your past. And so you have to kill all of your old friends in order to become like a pure new person. And I don't know how these two timelines converge yet, but it's really interesting. But when you're in that other world, you encounter this friend who died earlier, and she's this, she's got this beautiful kimono on and kind of like this Our Lady of Sorrows like sun behind her head, and then just like a wide open, like her face is caved in and it's just this big mouth thing. But when you first encounter her on this bridge, she looks like a schoolgirl, right? And she's kind of on her hands and knees and she's crying and her head is tilted down. And you see like from like the camera angle is from like the back, right? And her hair is like covered in like dried globs of cum, right? And it's like that little touch, you just see it for a few seconds, but you see it long enough to know what it is. And you're like, oh, and it has that same like get under your skin Silent Hill feel to it. Nothing else is mentioned about that, but you know what you're looking at. And so the monster design is crazy. There's one like really fat flower monster
I've
that has a
seen that
sword
one.
that kind of stalks around. Like that one's not great. That's kind
No,
of stupid.
I like that one a lot.
He's
I thought it was
goofy.
cool.
He's not threatening at all. Like when you're in the middle school and you have to find this key, it was kind of an easy puzzle too. Like you find a note that says, "Oh, I dropped my key in my flowers," and so you go out to this field and there's all these flowers, and you're
But
like,
is
"Okay."
this the big one that's kind of goopy
Yeah,
looking?
he's
Like
big and yeah.
it
There's a
looks
good
like a
boss fight.
Pokemon.
Yeah, there's a good boss fight with him at the beginning where like you have to physically fight it. And
And he has
then
teeth.
yeah, and so he kind of and like tentacles that grab you
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But you knock him out and then you have to run. Yeah, it's that guy. He's not my favorite design,
Looks
but
like a
like
flower meat wad.
I
yeah,
love that shit. I like
Mhm.
him.
Mhm. But like you drop a key down a well and you have to fight him, knock him out, and then you go over and you have to hold X to like slowly crank the key back up before he wakes back up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool, tense shit like that. And yeah, no, I mean the game gets 5 stars from me. Like I literally think it's the best Silent Hill since the original two.
That's really cool. Do you have any opinions on that other new one they mentioned where you're like a black guy in like England or I think it's Ireland or something?
Oh, you're talking about Silent Hill N?
Bro, get out of here. No, it's not the one about me. Um,
Mhm.
uh, it's called like Silent Hill, like I
Silent
don't know, Silent
Silent Hill
Hill.
Black.
They did that
Uh
one.
Townfall.
Yeah, Townfall, which is a bad
I haven't
name.
heard of this. I haven't heard of
Yeah,
that.
look it up.
I will.
It's there's a
Okay.
trailer and you know what's interesting about it? It's first person.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
first person.
So so you
So
can
maybe they're
play
trying to do
he's a
like
black
the
guy,
Resident
but
Evil
they don't want you to
7.
see that he's a black guy.
Yes, but
Silent Hill
they want you to see his hands and they want you
Downfall.
to to touch everything with the hands. And
I mean,
David,
I'll
I can't
play it for
remember.
sure.
Did you play the remake of 2?
So no, and this requires a little bit of backstory. So Silent Hill 2
I'm
remake
good. No, I'm just kidding.
is Silent Hill 2 remake is when I actually realized that I could not play certain games with my son anymore because I
Oh
bought
yeah,
it and
I
I
remember
turned it
you
on.
telling me. Yeah.
And then he was like, "What is that?" But yesterday, my mom came to visit and took them shopping. And so I played Silent Hill F for like 4 hours straight. And then I waited for everybody to go to bed and I turned it back on and played it for another 4 hours. Um, so short answer, no, I have not played through the remake, but what I
Okay.
did play was amazing. It was great. Um, but yeah, no, Townfall is good. And I might just start doing that. I might start like becoming a more of a parent and just telling my kid at like 8, like, hey, go somewhere else. Daddy's about to play an adult game.
Yeah, become a grown parent and
Hmm.
be like, get out of here and play on my
Does
Yeah,
play
games.
yeah, yeah.
so playing F makes you want to play remake more?
Mm,
Or
I guess. I mean, I actually don't have a whole lot of. It's not on my. It's not on my list, but neither was playing F. I just it was on a great sale, and I
right,
started
right,
playing
and
it,
just
and
got into it.
I
That's
had
awesome though.
time to play it, and it was funny because at the beginning I was like, this is a little bit too scary, like it's stressing me out. I don't know if I want to play it. But then the gameplay kind of balanced out, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm in.
It looks beautiful from all the
Yeah.
videos I've seen. It really looks
And the
gorgeous, and that's an
music,
awesome
dude,
setting. Is
the
it good?
music is it's Akira Yamaoka, so he did Silent Hill 2.
Right.
And you can tell it's him, but dude, the soundtrack, it's something that I would probably just listen to.
Well,
But it's
after you saying that, I'm gonna like save the album on Spotify because I like listening to that shit to write.
he brings the mandolin back for the main theme, but does it different. It's not the
You,
typical Silent Hill mandolin theme, but
you know what my
it's
favorite
mandolin
Silent Hill
based.
score is? Is
Uh,
four from four has a really good score.
I can't
The
remember.
room, the room. It's like
Mhm.
very like weird. Like I don't know how to describe it. You should listen to it though. It's really good.
I like two and F because it's got like that mixture of. So what I like about F in particular is that everybody involved with it was like all the Silent Hill games have been in America, and like we're gonna make this one Japanese as fuck, and it is Japanese as fuck. And
Yeah.
so the music reflects that too. But like when things get intense and there are like these choirs of shouting, there's a lot of Shinto in it too, which I really appreciated. Like she's kind of in like a Shinto afterlife with the fox mask guy.
hmm
And so I don't know, man.
I'm glad you liked it. I've been curious to hear your
I think
opinion
you should
on it.
play it, dude. I think you'd fuck with it.
I will after well, if I bro, I was gonna buy a PS5 soon, but they just raised the prices crazy,
Hmm.
so it's gonna be a minute. Gonna be a minute.
Yeah, yeah, it's
But
been crazy. I'm glad I got in early.
I know I do want to get GTA 6 eventually when that happens. So I that is
Oh
one I
yeah.
will. There's no way I'm gonna not do that, bro.
Yeah,
But
you gotta start saving because
yeah,
they
for
say
sure.
it's gonna come out this year, but is
I feel
it?
like
I don't know.
it seems pretty locked. I have this mole, and every time there's like
Hmm.
a delay or anything, it fluctuates. It'll cause me pain or pleasure depending on the. It's I call it the GTA 6 mole. It's not a creative name, but I really don't want to give it that much power, so I gave
Right.
it a little weird name,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it's been acting, let's just say, very pleasantly. So I think we're good.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's
You heard
good.
it here first, folks.
Trying to
Well,
find.
I leaked this info on to my mail guy, but yeah,
There's a game that I really want to play that's supposed to come out this year. It's something. It's got heaven
bro.
in the title. It's
There's
like
this game I think you would love, David, called I forget what it's called, but it's like this super American a nice like USA, but it's made by Chinese people, like a Chinese developer, but it's all like Japanese characters. Fuck, I gotta find out what it's called.
yeah, I gotta find this heaven game too. Because like on
Stranger than
my
heaven?
Stranger Than Heaven, that's it. That game looks fucking sick. Can you put the Kelby, can you share a screen and put the trailer for that
Oh
game up?
yeah, I forgot we can do that kind of shit.
Yeah, put that shit up. This shit looks
What I'm
amazing.
gonna do
Oh,
before I
bro,
start sharing my screen for once is make sure I close out of all of the Down syndrome porn.
that's
Yeah.
Um,
fun. It's called Showa American Story is the one I'm talking about.
Yes, yes,
Bro,
100%.
that looks
That is
so
me. Dude,
cool.
Show American Story is like when I first saw that, I was like, oh fuck, they did Ronin Trash before me. But yes, I've been looking forward to that game.
It doesn't it that's a
It's like
big David game.
in the trailer, like there's like this they're on like a bluff overlooking like an LA vista and somebody's committing seppuku on the bluff
There's so much.
type
It's
shit.
super intense.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
got to watch this trailer, Kelby. It's crazy.
all right, let's see. Here's Stranger Than Heaven. Fuck. I need to
That's a
share
great
screen.
title.
Yeah, this game looks fucking sick.
Share screen. Boom. And now we're watching Stranger Than Heaven. Can y'all hear it?
Mm-mm. No, not
No.
yet.
Okay, how do I change the audio? Do y'all know how to do that? It's coming through my
No.
headphones.
Uh,
So I have to
you might have to share it.
okay, let's see. Stop that share and change the audio. We're we're teaching how to mod PS2s, but we don't I
Don't
don't
know
know
how to
how
do
to
that simple shit.
share settings. Okay. When
That's the thing about emulating too. Like, I'm very stupid when it comes to this. So it's going to be like a process of me needing to do like one thing and it doesn't work. And I spend a week figuring out
Yeah,
how
but
to
then it
have,
makes you better
yeah, yeah.
on it. It's fun. You'll have fun. Salem also can help you. She knows literally a lot. She's really good at it.
Yeah, dude, I have a resource.
I think it's gonna work
Absolutely.
now.
I got two emulators right in front of me. These are sick. These little ones.
Ooh,
Uh,
what is that?
this is this one. It's probably dead, so I can't. But it's handheld. It's really sick.
Nice. Have you seen the
Uh,
Raspberry Pis? Like they have
yes.
the five now. Do you have one?
No. But I used one for a project in high school. This crazy video installation. Me and my friend, and I have this one that I got for my birthday. That's like lights. This they're pretty similar, but yeah, they're both dead. Oh wait, no,
Mm.
no, the Amber Neck. They're sick for a little handheld. I mean, wait, let's hear it. I'm ready for the trailer. I don't know if you're trying to play my back.
Y'all don't hear that, do you?
No, it's fine though. We can just watch the
All
visuals.
right, we'll
Yeah,
just
just
watch
watch
the
It's
it.
cool.
trailer.
Stranger than heaven.
Oh, what can you narrate it for us, David?
So right,
Uh,
it's going
yeah, this looks crazy. It's
Oh,
all
is this by
the
the
Yakuza
guy?
guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I heard they're trying to because Yakuza like seemed like it went off in a crazy route with like the pirate one and stuff. This is them trying
Yeah,
to go more like grounded vibes, right? Like
yeah, yeah.
or
But it's fucking just brutal.
oh fuck. Wow, this is a cool concept.
Yep.
Five eras.
And you're just fucking stabbing people and yeah, this shit looks crazy, dude.
Um, where do you rank what was the Suda 51 game you were playing that just came out? Where do you rank
Oh,
that?
Romeo's the Dead Man? Yeah, that game is
Yeah.
great, dude. Yeah, it's great. I finished it. But yeah, no, it's not as good as Silent Hill F, but
Really?
it's
Wow, you like Silent Hill F that much? That's
I
awesome.
do. Yeah, that's my number. That's Snoop Dogg, by the way.
What the fuck?
Snoop Dogg is in this game. Yeah.
He looks crazy.
Yeah.
This looks awesome. Oh, David, I wanted to ask you also on your Rogue thing, like
Uh-huh.
what is the most like does it play games well? Like
It does. It's I really want a Steam Deck. I will
that's
still if a
that
Steam
seemed
Deck
like why
becomes
did you get that
available
over a Steam Deck? It was
because
cheaper
they're
or
not available. They're just not
oh,
like you just can't get them.
you didn't want
And
to buy one used or anything?
uh well, no, that's not a bad idea. But no, I want Steam Deck. I want it to be OLED. Um, but I was going to Baltimore and I wanted something for the plane. And so I couldn't wait. And so I got this and it's fine.
Well,
It's basically just like a Windows OS.
yeah.
And so you can run Steam on it and play all the games and but some of them don't work that great. Like I couldn't get Cruelty Squad to run like I wanted it to, which Cruelty Squad, have you seen that game?
No, I don't know what that is. You
Yeah.
know what that is, Kelby?
Nuh-uh.
Kelby does. He just doesn't remember the name. But
Cruelty
look up
Squad.
yeah, look up Cruelty
Oh,
Squad.
this looks really sick.
Hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I got their
Damn, this
new
is really cool looking.
I got their new game. It's called Mama's Sleeping
Oh yeah,
Angels.
Cruelty Squad is tight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I
This is
couldn't figure out how
weird.
to like reload in this game. I just I fucked with it forever and I couldn't get it like the guns to reload.
You know what it looks like? It looks like LSD Dream Emulator. Like the
Yeah, 100%. But for most, I had to figure out how to get like Killer is Dead to work on it, which was a pain in
mm.
the ass.
What's that
Um,
See that
American Shinto game?
American
What is it?
oh, Showa Story or
Yeah,
something.
Showa American Story is what it's called.
It's Showa.
Hmm.
Oh, it came up. There we go. Showa American
Show
Story.
American Story.
Yeah, this is literally run and trash, the game.
It looks so fucking awesome. I hope it actually comes out.
Yeah, me too. But I played a bunch of cool shit. There's a game called Hollow Point that I really like. It's like a survival horror, like a 4 hour survival horror game that
Those are
looks
awesome.
that I
Like
mean
short.
like so basically like what indie developers are able to do now with Unity is like make all the games that we grew up with, but just like really quick and cheap and just do it how you want to. Look at that.
It's cool.
The eagle on the Torii gate.
Yeah, that's tight. Yeah, this is straight up
The,
running trash.
it's running trash, right? Like, yeah.
That's tight.
Neo Yokohama is what LA is.
But there's like zombies or something, right? There's like
Or
some.
something, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even know. It's great. It looks so crazy. Like,
Yeah. This yeah.
Patreon.com/agitator to watch these trailers with us.
On Mount Rush, that's what it is. Mount Rushmore, he's committing seppuku. That's what I
yeah.
remembered.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and then his head flies across
Look at that
The
hair, bro.
Golden Gate
every
Bridge.
time.
Yeah. Oh, but you're right. Yeah, it's zombies, huh?
So they're playing
Yeah, or
golf with
something.
zombie heads. Seal of the president of the. All right, so who's the president? So there's like oranges. Did
Turkey.
y'all see that Seinfeld episode where they think that Japanese people love oranges, so they keep gifting the Japanese oranges, and they're
No,
like,
that's really
"What is
funny
with
though.
the oranges?"
A
He's the
dude
president.
floating in midair. Yeah.
Yeah, Goku is the president.
Yeah.
Look at that, bro. That car. I think it's like an open world thing too, right? Like
Dude,
this
you
game
play.
seems very
There's a
ambitious.
character named Ching Chong.
Wow.
I didn't
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
look
I
at
would do
this.
it.
Look at that fucking looks so crazy. I don't really get excited for shit like this either, and I really hope this
Mhm.
comes out.
Wakudanas instead of McDonald's.
Yeah. Dude, inverting the McDonald's arches is like turning a cross upside down, dude. It's
That's
fucking crazy.
crazy
Yeah.
magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what I played? I played once in the past month, and then I put it down because I got another game I'm trying to finish. I played Red Dead 2 for 6 hours by accident, and it was crazy. It was like I was like, damn, I haven't gotten that lost in a game in like I don't even know the last time, but it was awesome. Did
Yeah,
y'all play that,
you will
Shelby?
lose time on Red Dead for sure.
Oh,
Man,
I lost. I
I
beat
was
the
like,
game. I
fuck.
100 percented. God damn.
Yeah, look at
Yep.
this shit.
Yeah, this game is going to be fucking incredible.
We all got to get this one.
Yep.
But it's been in the it's got released like or it got announced like 5 years ago and
Well, these things take time, dude.
I know,
Like,
but this one wow, look at that, bro. That look at these look at this shit.
That
Patreon.com
vagina
if you want to look
monster.
with us. Don't you want to look with us and see these amazing images? Queen
but
Bee?
yeah, this is like literally, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is everything that I'm trying to do with books,
Some.
but in game form.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
that
watched
looks like what you're trying to do.
Yeah, right.
that's
Dudes in
Dude.
look at
Speedos.
that, look at that.
I am an
Oh,
American cowboy.
look at that, bro. That's
The United
That's that
States Texas governor in a kimono.
that's what Sky looks like. With the me and my coworker showed us that and was like, "This is Sky." You're right.
It's like,
Amazing,
People
well,
really dug
American
that
story.
episode, by the
bro.
way.
He wants to come back on. He was very excited to hear that. He's very dude. Yeah. He's gonna have a lot to talk about eventually when his book comes out.
Coming
Coming 2025.
2025.
Miss that shit.
Lies.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Miss that
saying.
Lies.
shit.
Oh, David, before we
Awesome
go,
Texas tea
whatever.
ass shit.
Right? Yeah.
Bro, it takes a while to brew some amazing tea, okay?
It
Nikki,
does.
have you
Um,
heard Bully? Did you listen to Bully?
I was unimpressed.
I thought it
Uh,
was amazing. I
Really?
thought
but
that shit was amazing.
I liked Vultures 1 and 2 though. But
No, I
I'm not the biggest like Kanye fan in general. I'm really not. He's got like I recognize his genius, you know what I'm saying? I do genuinely, but his music has not affected me like it has other
I just
people.
felt
But
like Bully
you know what I'm
was
saying?
like just like banger after banger
I
after,
didn't,
and
and
he
I'll
he
be
does this
honest,
thing where like
I didn't listen to the full
You
thing. I
must
was
think I'm
like
each song
uninterested.
you must think I'm
each song
standing
feels like
outside how
a
I'm going in.
like each song feels like a snippet of a song,
Okay.
but I like that. I like that there's like the songs themselves with a few exceptions. They
I
don't
love
feel
the
like they
Carpenters song.
they don't feel like they evolve into like different things. They're just like
Dude,
here's the beat and here's the idea, and I'm gonna play that for 2 minutes and then we're gonna move on to the next one. I like that.
you
I
like
like that
that?
a lot.
That's how I felt about Playboy Cardi's album that came out last year, Music.
I like that one
That
too.
and I really liked. I thought there was a couple songs that are a lot of them I didn't love, but I like none of them felt like they overstayed their welcome, and so
Yeah.
it made the whole thing like I liked a lot. that's
Yeah.
exactly how I felt about that, and I
It
really
feels
that's
more
one of my
like a
favorite
mix, like a
albums.
like a live DJ mix,
Interesting.
Like I like
I'll
that a
give it a.
lot.
I didn't. I mean, I said I listened to it, but I think I listened to the first like three songs, so I really didn't give it a
Oh, you gotta
chance.
listen to the whole thing, dude. It's really fucking
Or
good.
I had a question. I watched an episode of The X-Files. I want to ask your opinion on it. It's the one written by William Gibson. Have you seen that one?
Mm. There's
You like?
two. Which one did you watch?
I'm talking about the one with the hot goth girl who
Like
like
the
is his
VR?
he's like got the like the eye makeup and it starts with
Oh
like the
yeah,
guy who
yeah.
invented the internet. I love the cold open to that one. He's got this crazy fucking computer and he's in a
Hmm.
diner and it's like this like super like like ghetto computer and it's all taped up and he's like we can fuck out like writing this code and then
The
all
goth
these
girl who
gang
like she's like killing people because she's like the queen of the game type shit.
no she
Or
like works with him. She's
oh,
like
you
his
watch the second
protege.
one. You watch like the
Yeah.
later the later Gibson. I don't
Yeah.
love that one. I don't love that one.
I like
Um,
the beginning a lot. I like but then it lost me a little bit. But the beginning was awesome.
his
Where
earlier one is a lot better because it's
really?
basically just Neuromancer. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Neuromancer, but with
No,
X-Files.
I thought isn't that cool? I thought it was cool as fuck that he even wrote. Like that's pretty cool. Like
Hmm.
he like
Well, he was the guy. He was the go-to guy, and he wrote Neuromancer. I didn't know this. I found this out recently, but he wrote Neuromancer without having ever actually seen a computer.
what?
I knew
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. Like
Actually,
he wrote Neuromancer
is
on a
he?
typewriter.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, doesn't he? Isn't he known for like writing everything longhand or something, or
Yeah.
typewrite or something, right?
Yeah,
Damn,
he
I
had
didn't know
no
that.
idea, but he hit on so many things. And I think that like so
You know
recently
who's a
like
guest I want to have on? I'll tell you. Well, the
William
guy who is
Gibson?
a no, not William Gibson necessarily, but the direct, and I think we could probably get him. The director who did that movie Cube. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's a
yeah.
bit. I listened to interviews with him before. He's a really smart dude, and I think he's involved at least some part in because I know he has been trying to direct Neuromancer for a really long time, and I think he'd be a great person to do it because he is very uh he likes William Gibson a lot, but he definitely his like own artist, and uh he's done movies that I think have you all seen Splice?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think he would anyway. I guess what I'm trying to say is he
would be a really interesting guest because he's really smart and really like, but from like I think it could be I'm really interested to see what the show turns out to be for Neuromancer because he's
Well, what's
involved.
interesting about Neuromancer is like that whole like he never saw a
I've
computer
never
thing.
read it, to be honest. I've only
It's
read
it's not
I
it's
ran
not it's not great. It's
the
not
Read
great.
only book I've
read
read of
Virtual
his.
Light.
That's the only
Yeah.
one I've read. That's literally the
Oh
only one
yeah.
I've read.
Oh yeah.
And I liked it a lot.
But
Isn't it like the
I think
second of
that's
a
where
trilogy?
I
It's the
think that's
first
where
of a trilogy.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's not the one I read.
Idoru.
No,
Did you
no.
read Idoru?
It, I started listening to that one. I did read Virtual Light. That's the one I read. And it's good. It's really good.
I like that whole trilogy. The Bridge trilogy.
I listened to a little bit of Ijuru on audiobook. That's the one that kind of has like the like pop star aspect,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I like that one too.
And the
Sorry, David, what
narrator
were you
does
saying?
the Asian voices.
hmm?
Yeah. Yeah. David, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Oh, yeah, no, I think that as writers, we should actually all be completely disconnected. So there's one element of writing where you actually need to research, but then I think there's another element where you should know nothing
I
about what
think
you
you
talk
just need to
about.
get like details right.
And
Like
then you
Yeah,
can just
or
mechanical
like you can just
or
details, not
like
like
somebody like
factual
or if you
William
want to
details.
Gibson
make things
writing
up, commit
Neuromancer.
to it, bro.
Well,
Just
yeah, but like if you're William Gibson and you've never seen a computer and but you have all the facts
I don't
about
know
it,
that.
you can just be like, well, this is obviously a like a weird spiritual connection to an afterlife that shouldn't exist. And
Yeah.
you're not hampered by the like the facts
Mm,
of what it actually is.
mm.
So I think writers should be like that. But fellas, I gotta
Fuck the
go.
facts. Me too.
I gotta bounce.
Good, 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 good episode, guys.
Good
Hell
episode.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I guess that's it.
Next time we'll be
But
talking what what's that? Primal
oh,
Rage? No, what's that?
deadly premonition with Gwen
Deadly
Hilton.
Premonition with Gwen
Deadly
Hilton.
Premonition.
I gotta finish it.
One of
Don't
my
spoil it.
weirdly favorite games. Like not a great
Bro.
game.
I'm loving it. It's really awesome.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah. It's not like a
It's
great
a
game, but it
in
sticks
a
with
way
you.
in a way a sequel episode to our Anal Life episode because it's connected. The same writer,
Yeah,
co-writer.
yeah, yeah,
You gotta watch that, David. I really want to hear your opinion on that.
yeah.
I'll
It's
check it out.
good. You have to
I'll check
watch
it
it in
out.
English too.
We did a 4 hour episode on it, basically.
I'll
It's
check it out.
awesome.
Sounds good. All right, fellas. Peace.
All right, guys. Good night.
Easy.
Yep.
All right, Kobe.
All right. Take it easy,
Night,
bro.
bro.
Later.
Later, everyone. Sleep soundly.